You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Rivals. As you've just heard, it is a very wet evening as it was a very wet day. The rain continues to come down. We are live tonight from Washington High School, where Pensacola High School has made the short drive over. I'm Christian Garman, along with Jeff Price. Jeff, they call it the Mayor's Bowl, of course. It's always a fun game. It's always an intriguing game, and maybe more so this year than in the past. Last year, Washington gets one win on the season. It was against PHS. They've already got 3 this year. Meanwhile, PHS, you've been talking about this all year. Their record's 2-3, but they're more improved. They're looking better than they have in the last few years.
Yeah, this is probably the best PHS team we've seen in quite some time. Now, they can run the football with the best of them. The issue I'll have is we'll see. They don't throw the football hardly at all. They've rushed for over 1,000 yards. They've thrown for under 100 yards. So they're very one-sided. And for Washington, this is a team that's trying to get over the hump. You know, they've got some tough games coming up. They need this one tonight to build that confidence for that young team.
Looking forward to your keys to victory coming up, of course, in just a moment. But first, as always, it's Carter Bainbridge with the Herd Real Estate Sideline Report. Carter, I know it's still wet down there. I look at the lights and the rain continues.
Yeah, Christian, you said it in the open. It's homecoming here at Booker T. Washington, but the bad news for our Banfield Landscaping Turf Report is that the weather has put a little bit of a damper on things tonight. It was raining here all day long, and although it's not pouring at the moment, there's still a steady rain falling on this field, and it has the entire day on this grass surface. So even for a couple teams that run the ball pretty heavily, it's going to be hard to generate offense today with a slippery playing surface. And another thing to keep in mind, there is a steady wind as well, blowing from the back of the left end zone toward the right end zone as you watch on your TV screens. Something to be mindful of as these offenses work with and against that wind. Guys?
All right, Carter, thank you very much. Always look forward to your insights, and we'll be hearing from you throughout the game. So now, Jeff, back to you. Let's talk about some keys to victory. Let's start with the home team, the Wildcats. As we said, Washington is 3-3. They got to win tonight, in your words, because they've got some tough games coming up. What do they do to get that win?
Well, this is a old school trenches game. Obviously, it's fitting with the weather and everything that's going on. And when I look at Washington, I'm trying to go back and watch some PHS film, and I watch some Washington film, and the only close comparison I can find to a team that they've already played was when Washington played West Florida Tech. We watched West Florida Tech earlier in the year running that triple option, ground and pound. That's all they're going to do is run that football 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Well, Washington had 18 tackles for loss in the 34-33 loss. They gave up some big runs, but they did make some big plays.
Okay.
Washington linebackers, all 3 of them, averaging about 31 tackles a game in all the tackles. They're going to have to be huge tonight. That front 7 has got to make a statement here against PHS because PHS is coming at you.
All right, so now to that point, what does PHS do to win?
It's the offensive line. Look, they've done it all year. They've rushed for over 1,000 yards, and it starts with the running back, A.G. Floyd. This man, they win and lose by A.G. Floyd. Look, averaging over 145 yards a game. Those big buffet busters up front, they're going to have a night, and they're going to face what could be their toughest test all year.
You called it the Mayor's Bowl, and there you can see Pensacola Mayor D.C. Reeves down on the field as they are doing the coin toss right now. So here we go. The toss is up. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Let's see the result here. PHS wins, and they are going to defer. So the Wildcats will get the ball first. When we come back, it's kickoff time. Friday Night Rivals, PHS at Washington. Stalwart. We're back. Good evening. About time for kickoff here. As we said moments ago, the Wildcats PHS won the coin toss. They deferred, so the Wildcats will get the ball first. And back for Washington, Darius Stallworth and Daniel Leverett. And Leverett is a name we'll probably be saying quite a few times tonight. And there you can see your kicker for PHS. That's number 30, and that is John James Solent. So he'll get us rolling here. There is Stallworth. The Mayor's Bowl about to be underway here. 7 p.m. kickoff this week. Week number 7. How did that happen? Feels like just yesterday we were kicking off week 1. Time to roll on a rainy night in Pensacola.
It's like PHS forgot somebody.
Yeah, he's on there now though, ready to roll. It's going to be a deep kick over the head and into the end zone. Touchback to get things rolling. So the Wildcat offense will get to start out near the 20 here. That rain, you know, I was looking, of course, at the forecast all day. I think we all were. And there was a lot of hope that it was going to be ending right at kickoff or thereabouts, but less hope now as you get a look at the starters for Washington. That's Amon, Marvin, Parker, Long, Johnson, Lewis, Taylor, Bruce. There's Leverett, of course. Kyler Battle and Trey Townsend is your quarterback for Washington. Starting lineup brought to you by Florida Insurance Agency, and we are ready to roll. Out of the gun with 3 wideouts here on the left, and immediately we've got a flag. There's some jumping there. The only question is, was it PHS jumping off sides or was it a false start?
Richmond on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Ray Martinez, Jeff Schmidt, Joseph Van Eken, Linwood Swims, Matt Covington, Nathaniel Fountain, and Olivia Black. The officials this evening, that was encroachment, so that goes against PHS. Nice run out wide here, and that's a big gain and a first down and then some. Nice play from scrimmage. That's number 6, Kyler Battle.
Yeah, the question is, can this PHS defense make a few stops on their side as well? As look, last week was the most points they've given up 28 against Bay, and you see it right there. Cunningham, Jenkins, Stromas, Jones, Rivers, Shepard, Witherspoon, Williams, Richardson, Gross, and Foster. Gonna have their work cut out for them tonight.
1st and 10 after the big gain, going to keep it on the ground. Oh, but this time around, that PHSD you were just talking about is very up to the challenge. That's Damian Duke Rivers making a stop.
Yeah, Duke stepping up right there. And again, when you look at PHS, the team that has been winless and maybe get a win, you know, one win has kind of been their threshold and about as far as they can get for the past few years. Coach comes in trying to revamp some things, and boy, he's got some players this year. One thing before we even talked about this game all year, I've been checking them out, watching PHS, and everybody's been saying this is a much improved team. We're not saying this is a state title team, but yeah, these are guys that are hungry. They got some young cats out there, and he is building this program back up.
Talking about Coach Wade McKinney, the head coach at PHS, after the loss there for Washington. 2nd down now, and about 15. Might have seen some movement there. Going to throw it well behind the receiver. I think there was some confusion there because he was throwing it nowhere near the route. That's Trey Townsend, the quarterback.
Yeah, for PHS again, last week, what a heartbreaker. Going toe-to-toe with Bay, and Panama City Bay is a team that went toe-to-toe with Escambia, by the way. Escambia pulls out the win, but is a team that was battle-tested last week, had a couple of breaks go the other way, and that's the difference in the game. And don't let the score fool you at 28-16. It was tied up for the longest time going late in the fourth, so it's a PHS team that is seen the work and seen what's happened from it. They're getting so close, and look, next week they got Escambia at home, then they got St. Michael Catholic. So they've got some tough games coming up. They really want this one.
3rd and 15 here, big play, and again, that's going to be thrown near a receiver, but the receiver fell down. That was Gianni Lewis intended, but instead it's going to be a quick changeover here as PHS, the defense, able to get the stop they wanted, and they're going to get some pretty good field position.
Yeah, and look, that's pure respect to that PHS front 7 and what they've been able to do, stopping the run game. And you know, it's wet. That ball is soaking wet. It's going to get worse. So the fact that Washington comes out throwing the football, and listen, this is a balanced team, about 50-50 with what they want to do. So sticking to their game plan.
Cameron Hamilton is back for PHS at about the 35-yard line. Low snap, not a great punt. Going to go out of bounds at around the 50, maybe the 47. So PHS will start near midfield. Going to be some great field position here for the Tigers when they get out on the field.
Well, for Washington, look, last week, losing to Escambia 35-14. Next week, they go to Pine Forest, so it doesn't get any easier. That's some of the games I was talking about. And then they're at Tate again, and then they'll finish up the year, I believe, back here against Destin to round out the season. Yeah. You see our Athletes Water fan cam. Listen, Washington packing out as always. They always have a good showing of fans here, a lot of tradition. These are 2 of the oldest schools in Pensacola, by the way, a lot of history.
You know, we weren't sure what kind of crowd would show up on this rainy night, and PHS has actually brought very few over. But again, remember, this is homecoming for Washington, and they got a great band, so they're going to get some people here. PHS will keep it here, and he's going to try to get out wide. Still on his feet, but ultimately knocked backwards is Jamera Cruz Fountain, the PHS quarterback. and ends up picking up a couple, though. Second down now and about 8. Ran a lot of distance, didn't get a lot of yards.
Yeah, this PHS offense is going to look very similar to when we were talking about West Florida Tech we had earlier in the year against Fort Walton Beach. They're not going to really try to fool you with the pass a whole lot. They don't throw it very often, a few times a game. They are, again, over 1,000 yards on the ground this season. They are dedicated to the run.
Jamarcus Fountain, the quarterback, and there it is, dedicated to the run, but the Wildcats are ready. That's a, if anything, just right back to the line of scrimmage. Might have even lost a yard. It's going to be third down now and still about 8. We are just underway. It's the Mayor's Bowl, PHS at Washington.
By the way, that young man on the stop, number 99, he's listed on the roster, by the way, as Tank.
Tank.
Just Tank.
Yeah, literally no last name listed.
Absolutely.
It's Witherspoon, Tank Witherspoon.
He is a tank, though. You look at that young fella.
Yeah, as we just saw. All right, so now third down and about 8 after the Wildcats not able to do much on offense. PHS would like to change that on their side, and they're going to get a nice little run here. This is going to be a first down and then some. A heck of a play there as A.G. Floyd is able to get outside on 3rd and 8. Picks up about 14. Nice play.
Yeah, Floyd coming into this game, and this is the guy that everybody was telling me about. Man, you got to check out that running back for PHS this year. They got a young man back there that can run it, and you see it right there. That's a big fella,
yeah,
6'2",
sure is.
over 200 pounds. He is going to be tough.
Down to the 34-yard line. Yeah, that's a big gain on 3rd and 8. So the Tigers will keep the ball moving here. Pensacola State College, of course, brings us the first down, as always. I go right back to him here. This time, not going to be able to get too much. That is number 8, Caleb Seagroves, who picked up, it looks like maybe about a yard.
Yeah, Caleb Seagraves is the other back they have back there. Like, all the guys in the backfield can run the football. And again, it all starts, like I said, in the open, this offensive line. They've got to have a big night tonight because obviously, you know, what makes it so tough is when you're just a dedicated run team, well, everybody knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So for the offensive line, they've got to be perfect every night.
Yep. Not a lot of surprise. Second down and 9 now. They will pass it this time, and it's completed. And a nice little move. And still on his feet. A great cutback all the way down to the 9-yard line. That is number 9, Josh Quiles, who has a heck of a play there after the catch. And it's going to be 1st and goal here for the Tigers.
And I tell you what, using a little bit of that turf issue we got down there with it being soaking wet. But I tell you what, he was good anyway. Those moves were going to be good whether it's dry or wet down there.
Yeah, this cutback right
how about
there
that
was
right
big time.
There.
That's a 24-yard gain. And now, so I said 1st and goal. They are right at the 10-yard line. It is 1st and goal, but they got to get all 10 of them to score a touchdown.
More important, they're in the Synovus red zone.
Darn right. It's a good place to be if you're a Tiger. Gonna keep it on the ground, run it right up the middle here. Got a mountain of folks, ultimately goes down. 2nd and goal now, 8 minutes to go. Tigers on the move after getting an early stop against the Wildcat offense.
Boy, when you can throw the football, just something so simple as a little screenplay like that. Just a little tunnel route.
Well, especially, Jeff, when it's like, as you said, so unexpected. You know, just you're not thinking it.
If you're completing those, PHS is going to have a great night tonight.
Gotcha. All right, so now 2nd and goal. Picked up about a yard on that last play. They're going to throw it again. This is over the top. It's way too high. And it will be 3rd down. Number 3, Cameron Hamilton, the intended receiver again there. 3rd down and goal. Are you surprised that we've seen a couple pass plays already?
I think it's just trying to let, you know, obviously, typically with offenses, no matter if it's college, whatever it is, you got 12 scripted plays. And I think this was kind of on script for them as they want to throw the football a couple times, see how Washington was going to defend it. And now, obviously, when you get in the red zone, things may change a little bit. So they may have saw something they liked one-on-one.
Yep. 8th play of the drive now, 3rd down and goal. Right down around the 9-yard line. Oh, this time he's going to keep it himself. And a great cutback and all the way to the end zone. That's Jamarcus Fountain who keeps it and just has a heck of a run. We got a late flag showing up here. Really late, just flew in as I said that.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike. He's going to call him on the celebration.
Yeah. But for the moment, big touchdown there, and Fountain with an impressive run. We saw a couple of good-looking runs there for PHS.
Yeah, this will be on the kickoff, the penalty. And now remember, these two teams, there's a lot of animosity between these teams, so they may cut out all the celebrations just to keep everybody even keel.
Really patrol that early. we go. There we go. Turn his mic on now.
Is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike on the offense. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. We have the try.
That was an 8-play, 48-yard drive. Here's another look at Fountain, who keeps it himself. And this cut right there was the one that got him into the end zone.
And let's see right here. He kind of spikes it down. He tries to spin it, and it hits the ref's foot.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Ref's got to get his foot out of there. Come on.
All right, extra point is up, and no good. May have been partially blocked, but either way, the Tigers score first. We're just underway. It's the Mayor's Bowl. As you can see, Pensacola 6, Washington nothing. We will be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we are back coming off the Pensacola touchdown, and they are about to kick it off here. That is their kicker, number 30, John James Solit. And in the backfield for the Wildcats, ready to return, we've got Daniel Leverett and Antonio Lawrence. They'd love to do something special, give the offense a good place to start. You know, Washington, when they started their drive a moment ago, they had one big running play, picked up about 15, but then after that, the drive quickly stalled. They punted away, and PHS put together a 48-yard drive. Rain has picked up just a little bit. Been off and on all day, very, very much mostly on. It's just a matter of how heavy, either light or moderate.
Was it ever off?
Well, it was light or moderate is a better way to say it. It was always on, you're right. And we're ready to roll here. It's a low screamer, and ooh, played like a left fielder there. Here comes Leverett. And he's gonna get hit at about the 26-yard line. So pretty good little return there. Where the Wildcat offense will come on out and try to get something going, led by Trey Townsend.
Well, remember this offense, like you said, ran the football well the first play. Obviously, the next run play gets stuffed, and they abandon the run at that point, and then try to throw the football. It's interesting how they're going to try to combat it this drive here, because look, I think you got to develop, you got to establish, excuse me, not develop. You got to establish the run at some point. That's the only way it's going to open up down the field. This is a PHS defense that, you know, they've given up some points throughout the year, but they are very, very stingy in that back four.
All right, here we go. Keep it on the ground.
There you go.
That's a heck of a run here. Really nice fake. And that's well done. Trey Townsend able to get outside. Beautiful fake handoff up the middle. Drew about 4 different Tigers. And all of a sudden, Townsend had a nice wide open lane.
Boy, PHS, they brought the house right there. Just selling out to stop the run. And
look at this.
Beautiful play call by the offensive staff there. And boy, Townsend runs that beautifully.
And by the way, beautiful work by our cameraman there, who followed
was
it.
Not
or
fooled.
I should say camera person. I'm not sure who was on the camera at that point, but that was well done. Was not fooled.
Uh-oh, and here we go.
This time, yeah, look at it. Literally, so there's only 11 Tigers, but 14 of them made that tackle somehow. I don't know how they did it. No flags.
Leave the math to,
exactly.
to Derek
That's fair.
up here, okay?
That's fair.
No, I don't. You're not going to outrun PHS typically at the sideline. They have plenty of athletes over there, and look, great job.
Look at all these
Look
shirts.
at number 7,
Wow.
Darius Witherspoon, closing off the edge and forcing him back inside. That is huge, because if he gets outside there, he may be dancing in the end zone.
Second down now and 10. Didn't lose any yards on that play. Again, keeping it on the ground. And again, the Tigers are ready. Picks up about 3. That's number 6, Skyler Battle on the run. We'll see where they mark it. He ended up going backwards a little, but they may give him some forward progress. Looks like he picks up 2 ultimately. 3rd down and 8.
Boy, the Tigers are nasty on that front four. They are nasty up front. Look at the penetration they get already. Man, oh man. And this is a much different team than we're used to seeing. These guys are physical. They are coming at you. Washington's got to step up front.
Here we go, 3rd down. Big chance for that Tiger D to come up big again. They've done it once. 3rd and 8. Play clock down to 4. They just get it off. And that's going to be a no gainer. completed pass, but to what end, as it'll be 4th down. The receiver there, Jaden Brown.
Great job by the defense again, standing tall right there. Look, Washington will punt it away again, but look, we'll stop route way short of the down, but even regardless, the way they play it man-to-man across the board, great coverage. You see the PHS band across the field there.
Yep, they're here, along with a few Tiger fans, not too many. Big Tiger D, though, so far, 2 possessions for Washington. They haven't done much with it. There you can see Dominique Hughley is back. Pretty good punt. Nice hop, too. And ultimately calms down at about the 23-yard line. So that's where the Tigers offense will take over. They were able to put together a nice drive a few minutes ago, 48 yards, mostly on the ground, had a couple of pass plays, one for a completion. And they'd love to do something like that again, Jeff. So something else is we're in week 7 now, Jeff. You know, you always bring us these scores, and I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you to do it right now. I know you haven't been looking. But it will be very interesting to hear those scores from you throughout the evening. You know, they do start to, every week matters, but you get to week 7 and 8, it starts to feel really crucial with these updates you give us.
Yeah, the region standings. You know, if you win the district, you get an automatic bid for playoffs there. But if you don't, well, you got to fight your way in.
That's right.
You're fighting for teams that are, you know, down in Central Florida as well. Some of our areas around here, so it's tough. Every game matters.
Ball's on the ground, and ultimately he's able to fall on it. His foul. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Jeff.
No, it used to be, you know, the old way of doing things was, well, if you won district, you were good. You see the PHS offense and Hayes, Chance, Woodard, Fomund, McGee, Quells, Hamilton, Britt, Floyd, Teamer, and Fountain. But again, like Florida Insurance Agency sponsoring our starting lineups. Used to be 1st and 2nd in the district. You know, if you won it, you get to host. If you got 2nd, you're going on the road somewhere. Now it's regions. Top 8, you got to win the district. You get automatic bid type thing. So it's much tougher to make the playoffs nowadays.
Oh, so that's going to be a throw. It hits the ground. It was a forward pass, so it's just an incomplete pass. But just like that, after the fumble on 1st down, here we get a look at the Washington D with Johnson, Lewis, Murphy, Saladino, Brooks, Wesley, Witherspoon, Brown, Leverett, Stallworth, and Simpkins. And once again, we will thank our sponsor of all of these starting lineups. That would be the Florida Insurance Agency. So after the fumble on 1st, the incomplete pass, all of a sudden the Tiger offense faces 3rd down and 12, and the Wildcats have a chance to come up with a big stop here and get the offense back on the field.
I'll see you there.
Play clock at 10, 3rd and 13. Oh, got some whistles here. Got some whistles. So let's see what that was. Flag is down.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
All right, make it 3rd and 18 after the false start. So PHS not doing themselves any favors as they go deeper into their own territory now at the 16-yard line on now 3rd and 18.
Yeah, this just seems like let's just run the football and then punt it away and start over again next time.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't want to throw the football here and get a chance for a turnover, and they're already in plus territory.
Yeah, it's wet, it's rainy.
It looks like they're gonna screen.
Oh boy, you know that I don't know if that's gonna go for 18, but that was gonna be a nice little gain. That's Aaron Dean out of the backfield trying to make that catch, not able to pull it in. So not a great possession for the Tigers. 4th down now, and the Wildcats should get some really nice field position. You know, Jeff, it's gonna be tough to punt tonight. It's a very windy night. I think that'll not only matter with punting, but with any chance at extra points. We've already seen a missed extra point.
Well, that'll help PHS here as the wind is going with them.
Yeah. They're going to need every inch they can get.
It is a strong wind tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
We heard from Carter.
Oh, look at this. Ball goes over his head, but there was a penalty. What a break for the Tigers.
That's going to be a timeout for Washington.
Oh, is that what it was? Wow. Holy cow, what a break. So there is a timeout, so we're going to go ahead and grab a quick break. When we come back, it's a punting situation for the Tigers on 4th and very long.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we are back here. As you can see, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. First quarter of the Mayor's Bowl. Pensacola High School and Washington at Washington. Pensacola is up and facing 4th and very long here, so they're just going to punt it away. This is Daniel Leverett, who's going to get his hands on it at the 40. And he's got a little bit of room. Oh, man, great effort. Wow. That is well done by PHS's number 28, to Anthony Peoples. What a stop. That was awesome.
I think it was Rashad Williams.
Was it not 28?
Yeah. No, it was 28.
Oh.
I think you got the wrong. You're looking at the Washington side.
Oh, no, I was looking at 29. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, but how about this? Just you want to talk about how slippery
Ooh,
it
look at
is,
that.
like hanging on for dear life. I mean, by the way, when you grip
Wow.
those jerseys and you pull them like that, the burn on
Yeah,
your fingers.
I can feel it by
goodness
looking at it.
gracious.
But by the way, worth noting, Leverett never went down. Good
No.
for him. Stayed on his feet. Let's see what this flag is about.
I think they picked it up.
Yeah, I picked it up. Okay, good. No harm, no foul. We move on.
We got some scores real quick.
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
I don't want to talk about the Baker Northview game, as Northview is down 8-0 at home right now against Baker.
Oh, boy.
Pine Forest and Crestview just getting started out there. Same thing with Navarre and Escambia, South Walton and Choctaw tonight. West Florida's up 14-0 in the first quarter against Gulf Breeze.
Okay. West Florida looking to get a win tonight.
Your Crusaders on the road in Mobile against Mobile Christian tonight.
Okay. Any update there?
Just started.
Okay. Oh, look at this. The fake pitch going to go over the top, and he's got his man wide open. Boy, he had him. Oh, man. Leverett was open, but we got a flag down, and that's way back around where Leverett was. This could be pass interference on PHS.
This is going to be pass interference. He was cutting across. The defender impedes his progress.
Defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
Well, you know, Jeff, I mean, impeding him was big there because he had him beat. It
Yes,
might
he
have been a
did.
touchdown.
Beautiful play call, a post pattern across.
Yep. Okay, so 15-yard gainer there puts him down to about the 37-yard line, and the Wildcats now have something going. Gonna keep it on the ground in a big hole. Oh man, that's gonna be another 1st and 10. Nice gainer there for the Wildcats. That's number 6, Kyler Battle.
Yeah, Washington is dedicated to staying balanced. Looks like we got another flag.
Sure do. Have a
down
lot of
there,
those
but
tonight.
Look, Washington knows that they're going to have to throw the football. They throw a little success over there, and then what happens next play? They get a big run.
Let's see what the flag is here.
Washington pointing like it's PHS.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Wow, that's 30 yards in penalties on this drive. The Wildcats have picked up. See if we can see it here. Something around there. Yep. Battle's like, do you see this?
I'm telling you, somebody said something by somebody's mama again.
They do that. Inside the Synovus red zone are the Wildcats down to about the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. This crowd would love to see them get in the end zone. Going to keep it on the ground. And again, this time no Battle not going anywhere. PHS able to make the stop. Might have picked up a yard.
Yeah, Demarius Jenkins on the tackle, number 50 for PHS. Making it tough on Kyler Battle. Battle about 60, 70 yards a game. Somewhere in that area is typically what he has.
Yes, indeed, those umbrellas. Getting their run tonight, as you can see, Mayor D.C. Reeves on the sidelines. It's the Mayor's Bowl. Always fun every year we try to bring you this game. Mr. Mayor did the coin toss before the game. We had that for you. All right, gonna throw it this time, but in some trouble. Nice move to get out of some trouble. Calling for his receiver and gets rid of it. Is it picked? I think this was picked. What's the official call? PHS saying they've got it. I've yet to see a call.
I think we're getting, it is.
Yeah. An ill-advised pass there from Townsend as he was in some trouble.
Defense in the end zone, resulting in a touchback, first down.
There you go. So the Tigers get a huge turnover there. Let's take another look here. Townsend did a good job of avoiding this trouble, but then at this moment you had the feeling he was...
Just throw it away.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's not a good idea. There's 3 Tigers right there, one in front, 2 beside you. Get rid of it. You've already had a good drive already. Live to fight another play.
And that was Jordan Williams, I believe, who came up with that big-time pick. So Washington had something going here, was looking to get on the board deep in Pensacola territory, but that turnover sets them back now, and the Tigers will take over out at the 20 thanks to the touchback. Another chance for the offense here on the field for PHS, led by Jamarcus Fountain. Oh, this
They
time,
were ready for that one.
Yes, they were. That's
Holy cow.
A.G. Floyd, who's a heck of a running back, but not that time. Washington was ready, as you said, Jeff.
Well, it looks like Fountain got stuck in between them right there as he's handing the ball off. Luckily, he got out of there.
Yeah, no doubt. And that just, Washington was prepped and ready on that one. It's a big loss of about 5, second down and 15 as this clock continues to roll and the rain continues to fall, but got a pretty nice crowd. I didn't know if anybody would show up tonight. Homecoming, though, for the Wildcats, so you know there's a lot of proud parents and family members here. That should be coming up at halftime. Townsend going to throw out wide here. He's got his man, who has a nice stiff arm and trying to break this thing wide open. Golly, that's really well done from Cameron Hamilton, who's having a really nice night. The stiff arm bought him about an extra 20 yards.
Well, what a beautiful move. Look, easy completion right there. Beautiful pass, gets it out quick. One step, throws it, and boy, Mr. Hamilton doing the rest. Look at that stiff arm.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, sure enough, did get him 20 more yards, I think. So, first and 10 from Pensacola State College as the Tigers moving up. That was a 20-yard gain, right on the number. Back to the ground. Here's Floyd, but again, Washington is ready to roll, and that's going to be no gain.
Boy, that offensive line, they are just giving up the A-gap on both sides. They have got to put a hat on someone right there and give A.G. Floyd an opportunity. I mean, he's getting hit as he's getting handed the ball.
The second he gets it, yeah.
That is not going to be a recipe for success. They got to work that out quick.
Under a minute to go now, 52 seconds on the game clock here in quarter number 1. It's 46 seconds. I know the clock on the screen there. There we go. Switch it up for you. All right, first and 10 now. And throw it out wide. Here's another screen and another nice move. We've seen several from this Pensacola offense, and that was beautifully done. That again, Cameron Hamilton, who's just having a great night. Every time he gets his hands on the ball, something cool happens.
He avoids the loss, but doesn't get a whole lot. About 3 yards right there, and setting up a 3rd and long, which that will be the last play of the quarter. They do not have to run another one as we're about 10 seconds here.
They're coming up to the line, but doubtful they're not going to even think about it, nor should they. That will end quarter number 1. The Pensacola High School Tigers 6. The Washington Wildcats were knocking on the door, but a costly turnover kept them on the goose egg, at least for 1 quarter. It's Friday Night Rivals, and we are glad you're with us for the Mayor's Bowl. Quarter number 2 starts next.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
We are back. Glad to have you here. Friday Night Rivals. It's PHS at Washington. 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers. This is how quarter number 2 will begin. And it won't quite start yet.
You thought it would begin.
There are whistles on 3rd and 9. Let's see what the penalty is here.
Defense, 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
3rd down.
That's
So,
huge.
yeah, instead of 3rd and 9, it's going to be 3rd and 4 now. So more manageable for the Tigers.
Now you kind of wonder if this is 4-down territory for PHS if they get close.
Yep. We may find out as they sit on their side of the 50 at the 44-yard line. So if it comes to that, would be a bit of a gamble. May not come to it, though. 3rd down right now and about 4. And I hate to even say it out loud. I don't want to jinx it, but I think at this moment it's not raining. And that's the first time we can say that.
Unbelievable.
All day.
It's over.
I shouldn't have said it. Like I told a pitcher he's got a no-no. And
Look
look
at
at this.
this.
Yeah, Townsend gonna get, Fountain, I should say. Gets hit way late. No flag comes in. So still well done in a 1st and 10. So we'll never know whether it was 4-down territories. PHS gets the big conversion there, keeping the chains moving.
Fountain doing a great job running the fake out. Look,
Yeah.
pulls
that
it.
was-
I mean,
sure
beautifully run.
Yeah, really good. PHS has looked good. No doubt
They
about
have.
it. Yeah.
They are heavily penalized. That's obviously you have a younger team. That is an issue with them, but that's some things that hopefully as the season goes on, they'll start to work those kinks out.
Yeah. They are 2-3 on the year. Both teams 0-1 in district.
PHS lost to Tate 27-22 and Bay 28-16.
All right, going to throw it again here. He will ultimately throw it
There
away.
you go.
Probably a good decision for Mr. Fountain, who was on the run. By the way, what was that Tate score?
27-22.
I mean, Tate's a good team. That's not a terrible score for
No.
PHS.
And they lost the opening game of the year against Pine Forest 19-6. Obviously, you know, and that's new guys, new positions, trying
Right.
to figure some things out.
Sure.
But again, it is a team that has progressed. This
Uh-huh.
was, you know, last week, the Bay game, they had some penalties that cost them big time, but had an opportunity to win that game. And you hate to see it, but again, it's just, you know, it's tough. There's so many tough games ahead with Escambia next week.
Second down 10 here after Fountain threw that one away. Going to keep it on the
There it
ground, and
is.
that's a heck of a nice run. Picks up about 8, and that's going to be 3rd and short. That's Jalen Teamer on the run. Really nice play there. Going to be 3rd and short now.
And PHS has got some big backs back there. Some big boys running. Obviously, when you're going to run the football as many times, how many times you're going to get hit, you need some thick bodies back there. These guys take a beating.
I think he got a tough spot there. They've got him on their side of the 40. I thought he'd pick
You
up
could
about
throw the
another
challenge
yard
flag
there.
out there.
I might.
Just call it in.
I'm,
It's a booth review. We're the booth.
I don't have a dog in the fight, but I'm just saying that 3rd down now. Gonna be a big
Oh,
hole.
boy.
And this time again, it's not gonna matter where they spotted the last play because Jalen Team are able to get plenty for the 1st down. The chains will move, and Pensacola State College brings us this 1st and 10.
A.G. Floyd's the guy, but Teamer, he's the hot man right
Yeah.
now with the hot hand, running
to
that
back.
rock hard.
Big plays there. So PHS keeps moving, now down to about the 33-yard line. This Wildcat defense may be getting a little bit tired. They've been on the field for a while. Another short pass. Coach McKinney running these very high percentage short passes, and they're working. That was
Right at the
Dominique
marker.
Hughley.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and give him the 1st down.
All right, another 10-yard gain. So Pensacola State College just continues to bring us these 1st downs. Not quite inside the Synovus red zone at about the 22-yard line, but they're knocking on that door too.
You know, PHS comes into this with, you know, right under 100 yards passing in the season, and they're methodically throwing the football tonight.
Sure are. 10th play of the drive right here. This time going to keep it on the ground, and that's going to be enough to get across the 20 for Teamer. So inside the Synovus red zone now. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6 after the 4-yard gainer there. Teamer says,
needing a
"Yeah,
break.
can I get out, Coach? Use a little water, please."
Looks like that will be Aaron Dean checking back in, number 22, senior.
9:45 to go here in the 1st half. Fountain will hand this one off, but nothing doing as that time Washington's defense was certainly ready.
Be a 3rd and about 6.
Dean had just checked in, got his hands on the ball right away. Not able to do much, like you said, at 3rd and 6, so that was no gain, no loss on that play. And this, you got to believe, is certainly 4-down territory as opposed to field goal. We'll see. 3rd down and 6 now. Jamarcus Fountain, quarterback for PHS. He's going to try to get outside himself here. He's got some blockers. A little spin move, but not enough. That's a great tackle. That's well done. Number 18 for the Wildcats is Darius Stallworth, who makes a big play.
Yeah, Stallworth saves it right there. He tries to spin move, tries to get a blocker out front, and Washington was ready for it. Beautiful tackle, by the way, causing a 4th and long here.
Yeah, that's a big play right there. For
Great
Stallworth.
adjustment.
Sure was. So now it's 4th down after a loss of a couple, 4th and about 8. And they will be going for it, not going to attempt a field goal. There's Darius. All right, so a huge play here. Wildcats would love to get this stop. Fountain's going to pass. And I don't know who he's throwing it to, but some confusion there. You can see Cameron Hamilton was the closest Tiger, but it's going to be a turnover on down. So the Wildcat defense comes up huge and gets the stop they need, Jeff.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there, but nonetheless, a great stop on defense. And here's the other thing, I was going to mention it, especially if they got the 1st down. For the Tigers, moving the ball down the field, when you're doing that with the way you're running the football, that defense gets exhausted. They're on the field for a long time. There's a lot of plays. I mean, every snap, you got to go hard 4 to 5 seconds. And you see Coach Wade McKinney right there talking to his guys. But, you look at that, how that's going to play out in the second half. You had mentioned, like, that Washington defense. Maybe they're starting to get tired. So we'll see how that's going to play out in the second half. But when you're able to run 10-play drives over and over and over again, it's never good for the defense.
No. But they do get the stop. And
they
so
do.
The Wildcats now back out on the field here, the offense. Going to keep it on the ground. Nice hole here, but a good tackle. Picks up a couple, does battle. Second down. There you can see 33 for the Tigers, able to make a nice play there. That's Emilian Foster.
And Foster getting his head down there, chopping him down.
Second down and 7. Looks like a battle picked up maybe 3 on that last play. Wideouts here for Wildcats, 2 on the near side, but they're going to keep it on the ground as Townsend will keep it himself and makes a heck of an effort there. It gets out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, Joseph Gross, number 17, coming down there for PHS. That's why you break down. You never give up that edge. He comes barreling off the end right there. Townsend just sidesteps him. And I tell you what, if Gross can make that tackle, that's a big loss.
They are feeling it, too, as you can see. There's another look. That's well done right there. Really good effort from Townsend. We're ready to roll here. Keeping it on the ground, but a late flag comes in. So that was a gain of perhaps a yard, but we've got a penalty flag on the play. We've had quite a few. PHS actually penalized 5 times in the first quarter for 55 yards. And still they lead, but as you said, Jeff, they are a very penalized team. Let's see who this one's on.
Be holding
10
against
yards from the
Wildcats.
previous spot.
So that one goes
play,
against
first down.
Washington. Coming back 10 yards, too. A costly hold.
We would be
Coach
remiss
Ryan
if we
Anka
didn't.
there. Go ahead.
We didn't mention Washington as Booker T.
That's
as
right.
well. We've
Oh,
gotten
yes.
in trouble in years past about that now.
Athletic Director Jade Brown. She has tweeted us. She has texted us. She said, it is Booker T. So, Coach Brown, you called it. We say it. Booker T. Booker T. Booker T. She's awesome. She does a heck of a job. Got a chance to know her a little bit. She's really great. All right, so after the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 20.
Oh, boy.
Boy. Woo.
Oh, goodness.
We had the same thought on that. Felt like a potential pick 6, but instead I think Townsend's lucky just went out of bounds. Tanner Rogers was the intended receiver there.
Yeah, I'm thinking Townsend hopefully just saw, and he tried to, like, throw it a little further outside, because if he throws that on point, that is a interception.
Yeah, for sure. He's already got one on the night in the end zone. Remember, the Tigers were able to pick one off all the way in their own end zone, and it completely stopped what was a very promising Wildcat drive earlier in the game. 7:07 to go, 2nd down and 20. Again, you can see the Wildcats with 3 receivers, and then in the backfield, they've got 1 back. They're going to throw it, though. Townsend's got some time here. Making a heck of an effort. Ultimately going to keep it himself and gets out to around the 30-yard line. But still about 11 to go, maybe 10, depending on where they spot this. So it'll still be 3rd and long. Oh, goodness, they've got him all the way back at like the 28. So it's more like 3rd and
Longer.
13, yeah. Guess he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, great job, the offensive line. Give him a little time back there. Just nobody open, and you credit the PHS secondary doing a great job.
Yeah. Townsend did what he could, but it's going to be 3rd down and long here. Like I said, about 13. 6:56 to go. First half. Low-scoring game so far. That's not surprising. Townsend going to throw over the middle, and
Oh, my goodness.
could have been picked off by a couple of Tigers, but I think, again, Townsend lucky that thing hit the dirt. It'll be 4th down.
You understand Townsend trying to make a play. Like, he's trying to get a 1st down. They're trying to continue this drive. Like, right there, take your check down. And if your check down's not there, then tuck the ball and run. Boy, almost a big-time interception.
No doubt about it. So
That's 2 The past few plays, he's almost thrown right there.
Yep.
Settle the young man down.
4th down and 14. Of course, that means Washington will be punting on their own side of the field. They're all the way back at the 26. This was certainly not 2-down territory.
Yeah, it just gotten close a couple times.
And again, they get close, but the punt does get away. Takes a nice little roll. The 34-yard line with 6:40 to go. Here comes that PHS offense, which has looked pretty good. They have 1 touchdown. They've had a couple of other drives that didn't end in points, but were very promising. One got them all the way down inside the Synovus red zone.
It's like we got a water break.
Okay, so that means that we will also take a quick break with 6:40 to go here in the first half. Pensacola's up 6-0, and they've got the ball. We'll be right back, see what they do with it.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Well, welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Carter Bainbridge down here on the field here at Booker T. Washington High School. We're about to see Pensacola High's offense get back on the field and a much improved unit for the Tigers this season. One of the bigger stories around the area in football to start the year was, would the Tigers get off the schneid this year and get back in the win column? After a Week 1 defeat, Pensacola had lost 13 games in a row dating back 2 years and dropped 43 of its last 47 games. But back in Week 2, the Tigers scored 2 touchdowns in the final 90 seconds to beat Milton. A couple weeks later, they tacked on a second win against Destin, or another team that we played a couple weeks later, down a couple weeks after that. But 2 wins already for Pensacola, the high water mark for this team since the 2018 season. Good turnaround so far for head coach Wade McKinney and his guys.
No doubt, Carter. Thank you very much. You guys, I'm sure, saw while Carter was giving us his report. PHS threatened an option there. It was not a good pitch and a huge loss as A.G. Floyd was able to fall on her. It was a darn near disaster. Could have been wildcat ball inside the red zone, but instead it's going to be 2nd down and about 25 after an enormous loss here. Looks like PHS may want to call a timeout and talk about it.
There's the first timeout.
Yeah, and beautifully done by Carter and explaining everything. So,
all right, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick break since there's a timeout on the field. When we come back, 2nd and very long.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we're back now, and again, after that huge loss on 1st down, it's 2nd down and about 25 here for PHS. Jeff, you were making the point about Carter giving us that history and how well that was said. It really did spell it out, didn't it?
Yeah, that, before we had to go to break right there, I had it all talked about, and we talk about this PHS team. As you see the pass right there, just incomplete, and this is not starting off the way they want. But we talk about this is the best team they've had about the past 4 years. Carter laid that out perfectly. There you go. I mean, you see, I believe it was 43 or 44 the last 47. That is tough to drop that many games, and you're talking about it, and be able to build a program, and that was the issue, is they can't keep guys here. They can't get enough, they got plenty of athletes in the school that can go out and play football. Some of them don't want to play football, and it's tough. You can't blame guys when your team is just losing constantly over and over and over again. It's kind of an embarrassment. It's been what that program has been, and people can take offense to that, but it is what it is. And I think Coach McKinney, the job he is doing right now is fantastic. He has built camaraderie around this program, and these guys are showing out tonight.
3rd and 24, and Fountain did what he could, but it wasn't too much because he was surrounded by Wildcats. And he picks up a couple, but it's going to be 4th and forever, and that certainly means, of course, that PHS will send the punting unit back out onto the field. The Wildcat defense gets the stop that they need, and it's going to get that Wildcat offense back out on the field. We always like to point out this time of the game that PHS won the coin toss. They deferred, so they will be getting the ball first when the 3rd quarter starts. All the more reason Washington would love to do something with this possession that they're just about to get. It's a low punt. We've seen a lot of those tonight. Ooh,
oh,
dangerous,
boy.
dangerous play. And ultimately still loose, and finally incredibly recovered by Keandre Leverett. Boy, he was the right man in the right location, and that very well could have and probably even should have been a turnover.
Well, by Daniel Leverett, by the way, the returner. You got to get out of the way. Like, that's the thing, is when that ball's rolling like that and you're going to try to scoop it like a shortstop,
a
football's
dangerous.
not the right thing to scoop up. And so both, obviously, those gentlemen take hits right there, but you got to be smart if it's going to be on the ground like that.
So Daniel Leverett botches it, and his brother is the one who's there to fall on it. Boy, that's nice.
Brother being right spot.
Yeah, make for a fine discussion on Thanksgiving, I can tell you.
Maybe tonight.
They may not wait a month and a half. They may talk about that tonight. Going to come out throwing, and this ball is up. The tip.
Look at this! Holy cow!
Just an incredible catch, and he's going to be taking it to the house. That's Darius Witherspoon. Oh my! The tip drill pays off for the Tigers.
Witherspoon, we've seen this. Look, they've thrown some dangerous balls tonight. Townsend's going to go back and watch the film and see some mistakes he made, but I tell you what a Forrest Jordan and Associates touchdown. That's the generator guys, by the way. And Townsend playing with fire enough tonight.
Boom,
not anymore
catch.
With Witherspoon right there. Beautifully tip drill. I mean, just that is textbook for them. And boy, for the Tigers, they needed that. And for the Wildcats before half, thinking they were going to try to put some points on the board.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite.
Wow. Yeah, disaster here for Washington, but just a heck of a play there from Witherspoon, who kept his eye on that ball and took it to the house. So it's going to be an extra point attempt here after the 37-yard pick six. 4:51 to go. And we'll see if PHS attempts an extra point or if they perhaps go for two. Yeah, try to get the point back on the earlier. They had a blocked extra point in the first quarter.
Well, they go for two most of the year anyway.
Yeah,
a little surprised they were trying to kick earlier.
Straight to Floyd, who will take it straight to the end zone and pick up the two, and that's going to make it 14-0. So Pensacola able to get that point back from the missed extra point. They now lead by 14 after that 37-yard pick six from Witherspoon. What a play that was. Jeff, earlier you gave us a few scores. I'll give you a minute to look some up because you may have some updates for us. So you got anything?
Yeah, Baker up 8-0 on the road at Northview at halftime. Boy, I don't like that score. Crestview at home. We had them last week against Pace. Tough game. We know how good Pace is. They're up 7-0 right now, close to halftime against Pine Forest. We don't have an update for Escambia and Navarre, but they are playing tonight. Choctaw, we'll have them in a little bit. Up 9-0 at home against South Walton. Pace in Madison County tied at 7 right now, and that's one Coach Smith talked about with me and Derek last week. He said, listen, we got Madison County, and they're in that rural division, kind of like Northview and Jay. He said, make no mistake, those boys don't play like that. They're going to come hungry. And by the way, I do want to shout out Pace. They're doing a thing tonight for all the fans coming, showing up. They got Madison County to bring a trailer, and they're going to fill it with hurricane supplies and things like that. Obviously, Madison County was hit by the eye of Helene, and so they're going to take it back with them. So cool thing that Pace is doing tonight to help support them.
Yeah, that's great. Good for them. That's awesome. The Emerald Coast Granite and Tile kickoff will go out of bounds, and of course that is a penalty. We are late here in the first half, and the Wildcat offense has not done much. As you can see, they've got no points. They've moved it a couple of times, but two costly turnovers, specifically a couple of picks, one in the end zone and the other a pick six for PHS. So brutal interceptions.
Kicking team. By rule, the ball be placed on the 35. First down.
There's your official call on the penalty. So the Wildcats will start this drive at the 35-yard line. And Jeff, with 4:50 to go, time really isn't much of a concern. That's certainly enough time to put something together here. But they really need to, knowing they're not going to get the ball first, to start things off in the third.
Well, again, Townsend was playing with fire, throwing some of those balls. He should have had a couple interceptions already, but you got to be careful here. You darn sure don't want PHS to get the ball on another turnover right now. So you need to be able to establish the run, but be very careful on the pass because PHS is playing up close.
There we go. Nice little safe run. Good for a few there. Crosses the 40-yard line.
Obviously, after the game, we've got our trophy to give away, and we appreciate Award Masters every Friday night. They come up with that beautiful trophy.
Yeah, the hardware.
By the way, that thing's not plastic.
I know.
Okay, if you're at home, that thing is heavy duty.
Sure is.
We appreciate Award Masters, but we also have our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Player of the Game and our Boutwell Air Masters Sack of the Game.
That was a gain of 7 or so, 6 or 7 for Battle, so second down and short. Gonna keep it on the ground again here. This time, basically keeps it at the line of scrimmage. That's Gianni Lewis.
And what you see with PHS on defense, those guys flying around high-fiving each other, they're building confidence.
Yeah.
They get that big turnover right there, last drive out, and you just see these guys getting better and better. And we talked about it with Crestview last week. let a young team stay in the game longer. They start to believe they belong. They start to believe they can win. And for PHS, they've had a couple wins. They're much improved. But in a rivalry game like this, they got a big lead right there. They're going to build off of it.
3rd and 4. Little option here. Here comes Battle, tries a stiff arm, picks up a couple. It's not going to be enough. It will be 4th down and 1 or 2. So it'll be decision time for Coach Anka here out around midfield, about the 44-yard line. Kyler Battle.
And it's so tough right here because it's 4th and a medium. You could call it 4th and short. You got to think it looks like he's going to send Townsend back on the field.
Yeah.
He's got to try to develop something here, and if anything, eat up the rest of this clock.
Huge, huge play here if PHS can get the stop. 4th down and about 3. Play clock at 7. Keeping it on the ground, and it's going to be enough.
How about that?
Well done. A great call as Battle able to find the hole he needed. The chains will move. It's a Pensacola State College 1st and 10.
And now for Washington, run your offense, run whatever you want. You got plenty of time, over 2.5 minutes. You got 2 timeouts. How about the blocking by the offensive line? The big buffet busters up front, creating a lane for Battle. Boy, all Battle needs is just a little bit of room, and he does the rest.
A huge conversion there. 1st down and 10 crossing midfield. And the Wildcats in business. They'd love to put points on the board before the half. The ball hits the ground. Ultimately, though, Townsend does a nice job of picking it up and throws it away. That's not bad, all said and done. He was in trouble there. Ball hits the ground under some pressure, throws it out of bounds, lives to fight another day. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, but even so, Battle didn't have anybody open downfield as they were going to fake here. He tries to make something of nothing, but a beautiful job just to get it away.
Yeah. 2:33 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Also, the incompletion stops the clock. Kind of take a deep breath here, reset.
Yep. As you can see, Washington at the 48-yard line of PHS, 2nd down and 10. Townsend out of the gun as he has been all night. He's going to throw again here. And he's got a man downfield, and that's a great catch.
Beautiful.
Oh, and maybe a late hit. Yes, indeed. Late hit for sure. Flags come flying in everywhere, and this is going to be a big deal as Tanner Rogers makes the catch, and he's going to get 15 extra.
Rashad Williams, look, this isn't the NFL. I think that's what he was kind of threw his hands up like, what do you mean? He was fixing to run again. It's like,
what in the world?
No, young man, not here. When you're down, you're down.
Yeah, so Tanner Rogers makes a great catch. It was a nice throw, by the way, worth giving Townsend that shout out. And then the penalty is going to cost him an extra 15 yards.
Oh, late hit on the defense, 15 yards from the end of the run, 1st down.
That's a 16-yard gain, but ultimately worth 31 yards because of the penalty, and that puts Washington down at the 17-yard line inside the Synovus red zone, and sure enough, they've got a chance to get those points on the board. They're in good position here with 2:27, but remember, we've seen a pick six, or rather an interception in the end zone here. Townsend's got to be careful. He's got 2 interceptions on the night and a couple of other near misses. Coach Anka going to keep it on the ground here. Battle trying to get inside the 10. He gets to about the 10-yard line. It's a nice gain.
And Washington starting to feel itself on offense. The offensive line starting to get a push, starting to use Battle, getting him outside, tackles there.
Yes, indeed. They're going to mark him down closer to about the 12, it looks like. 2nd down and 4. Here he comes again, and he's got a nice hole into about the inside the 10, close to the 5. We'll see where they officially mark it down. I think that's going to be enough for a 1st down. We'll see.
Keep in mind, PHS
Yes,
deferred. They won the toss and deferred.
That's right.
And they will get the ball to start the 2nd half.
So it is 1st and goal for the Wildcats. And goodness, this place is relatively quiet, but it's going to come alive here if the Washington Wildcats can get in the end zone before the half and turn this thing into a game again. With 1:35 to go, the clock is rolling. 1st and goal. Flag comes in. Flag comes in. So it looks like a big loss there as Battle gets tackled, but
well, that's in the area of holding.
Uh-huh.
You don't like that.
Now, could be 10 against Washington.
Yep, that's going to be holding right there. You saw it in the middle of your screen.
Sure did.
Boy, that's going to back these fellas up 10 yards.
Yeah, that was 1st and goal from the 6, but I think they're coming back. Let's see.
It's 10-yard penalty. Replay first down. On who?
He wants numbers.
That's going to be on 72, Coach.
Yeah,
we'll help you out.
You could see it.
That is Josiah Long.
So that's costly now. Minute 27 to go here. Remember, Washington had it first and goal there from the 6. They've yet to score tonight. They continue to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit as they've had great opportunities. Townsend wants to throw this one, and he's got a man in the end zone.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a, ooh, no flag. Thought the defender might have gotten there a touch early. That's number 12 for PHS, Azariah Richardson.
Thing is Townsend's got to throw that out of his break. Rogers runs a great route, little corner route. Boom, he's open. I mean, he's open as soon as he breaks. But Townsend, and that could be where you see a wet ball, you know, your hands getting kind of soggy. You can't really dry it off at this point. You got to throw a deep pass. It's got to be accurate. It's tough, but Townsend's got to get rid of that sooner.
All right, so now second down. Remember, it's second and goal, despite the fact that they're all the way back around the 16-yard line after that penalty a moment ago. Minute 14 to go. This is really a big point in the game here for Washington. Again, Townsend's going to try and throw this to the end zone. He will do so. Oh, and he overthrows his man. This time around, intended was Daniel Leverett.
Yeah, Leverett and Rogers back there in the back of the end zone.
So now third down and goal from the 16, and PHS would love to get out of here without giving up any points.
But credit this PHS secondary. In these obvious passing situations, they are standing tall so far. Look, that pass had to be perfect, by the way.
That's their second timeout.
We'll be coming up here on the 12th play of the drive. As you can see, there's a timeout here with a minute 7 to go. It's a big moment in the game. I'm not surprised to see the timeout either. I know that Coach Anka knows how important it is to score something here. Moments ago, we heard from Carter Bainbridge, and let's do that again now with the Herd Real Estate Sideline Report. Carter, what's going on?
Well, guys, so far in this game, the Booker T. Washington offense has struggled for points, although they might be just one play away from a breakthrough. We saw this last week in their game against Escambia as well, but hard to blame this offense when they've gone through 3 quarterbacks this season, from senior Austin Smith to then junior Tanner Rogers for a couple games. Both those first 2 names suffered injuries at different points in the season. We saw Trey Townsend come into the Escambia game a week ago in relief. He didn't play badly with almost 200 yards passing, 2 scores, and 2 interceptions. But with limited experience, you've seen the good and the bad again tonight. An interception for a touchdown returned by PHS. Now potentially a late drive for a touchdown, but we're about to see what head coach Ryan Anka and his guys dial up in a crucial situation to end the half. Guys?
We sure are, Carter. It's third down and goal from the 16-yard line. And there was the timeout. Let's see what they do dial up. Townsend here.
Oh,
in
boy,
some trouble,
there it is.
but able to get out of the trouble, but not for long, as ultimately he's going to go down back at the 26-yard line. And this thing just went the wrong direction for Washington. They had first and goal from the 6. It'll now be fourth and goal from the 26.
Yeah, when they had the holding penalty, back them up 10 yards. They got to start throwing the football more.
Yep.
And they're just not. Look, the secondary's holding up back there, but that offensive line's not holding up as the Tigers are just pinning their ears back to come after Townsend.
So with the clock rolling, worth it just to throw the Hail Mary into the end zone. You know, I mean, the play clock is at 15. The game clock's at 29. So they are going to have to snap it. They can't hold it for one final play of the half. But
Coach Anka's probably going to call a timeout here.
Yeah.
And one more play for him.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Again, I mean, worst case, you don't score, and then PHS has about 12 seconds to try and go 75 yards. So there was the timeout with 14 seconds is the official number here. So
That's their third and final timeout.
don't forget tonight you'll have Dan Shugart and prep football final, of course, as always, as has been the case every Friday night for as long as I can remember. Dan will be there, and he's going to give you the highlights from all these different games happening up and down the Gulf Coast. It's week 7, and you know how important each of these games are. That'll be 10:15 to 10:35 tonight on WEAR. The great Bob Solarski at 10 with your top stories, kicking it over to Dan at 10:15 to 10:35. So catch us until game time, or rather until news time, I should say. Game time for them, I can tell you.
We've also got our school spirit sponsor, and that's Closets by Design. If you go on the, look, if you're on your mobile device, a lot of us are, you're checking out scores, and you go into the left top hand corner over there, click click the little drop down. You'll see Chime In. Submit your school spirit photos. You got little ones going out, maybe getting out to games tonight. Maybe you're at a game right now. Maybe you've got us tuned in as you're watching another game, whatever it is. Submit those photos. You got a chance to be on the Facebook, social media, any of them down there, as well as the news.
Evan MacArthur is on now for a long field goal. That's what Coach Onka has decided to do. That's not going to have the leg, and it was going to be wide left anyway. So MacArthur unable to hit the long field goal, and with just under 10 seconds to go, Pensacola High School will come back on the field. And knowing that they get the ball first to start the quarter, Jeff, they may just down it.
Yeah, absolutely. They would, if you say 14-0 going into half, I'm sure Coach McKinney would absolutely love that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Look, his guys haven't played perfect, but they've had opportunities. They've made those opportunities, made the best of those opportunities with a pick six right there. The offense running the football, they ran it pretty darn well.
Sure did.
But again, with the penalties early, they kind of cut some of their drive short. But again, this is a young team. This is a very improving team. And I tell you what, in a rivalry game like this, if you've got a 0 on the other side, you love it. And when you got points, especially when you're up 2 scores like that, man, couldn't draw it up any better.
Yeah, no doubt. And getting the ball first. So, yes, indeed. I think you're right. I think Coach McKinney would feel real good if you would have told him an hour and a half ago this will be the situation going into the half. Of course, it's still not over yet. 9.8 seconds to go. They do have to go ahead and run this play. There it is. They downed it as we thought they might, and that will be the final play here of the first half. As you can see, Pensacola, the Tigers up big on the Wildcats, 14-0 here. It's homecoming night for Washington. You hate to see Pensacola High come in and spoil that, but they would love to play the role of spoiler tonight. And again, about 30 minutes ago, we noted that for the first time in about 10 hours, the rain stopped, and thankfully it has not started again. So I haven't looked at the radar myself, but hopefully we're done with the rain for the evening, Jeff.
Yeah, we're working to get Coach McKinney, by the way, over here to talk to him for PHS. But you're right. I mean, by the way, and it's also that fall weather. Like, it's not super muggy. It's not 85, 90 degrees.
Yeah, totally.
So, this cool weather, you might be a little cold, man, chilly if you're out at games tonight.
Yeah, with the wind and the rain that was falling, it definitely felt very October-y, which makes perfect sense given the fact that it is October.
October-y?
It's a word. Yeah,
I love it.
Don't you dare.
You meteorologists.
Yeah, we have our own language.
It.
Usually it's things like, if things hold the way we think, you always give caveats when you're a weatherman.
You go protect yourself.
Yeah, at this moment it looks like.
It's like taking an insurance policy out on yourself.
That's exactly right, man. You've got a way to talk around it as we wait for Coach McKinney here to talk to Carter. And look forward to hearing what he has to say. In fact, why don't we go back down to the sidelines now?
Hey guys, Carter Bainbridge down here with Pensacola High head coach Wade McKinney. Coach, your squad goes into half up 2 scores, and your defense pitching a shutout right now. You saw them return a interception for a touchdown and get a stop there to end the half. What can you say about the way they performed in the first half?
Yeah, defense is flying around, playing well. Just what we thought they would do. We still got another half to play. We got to play 4 quarters. Got to get something going on offense. First downs are killing us. We drop a pitch, we go backwards. So we got a couple personal fouls. We got to clean that up. So we still got a lot of work to do.
Well, on the road here in a rivalry game, how do you keep the momentum going for your team in the third quarter?
Now we got to come in and punch them in the mouth in the third quarter and put one in the end zone. We get the ball coming out of halftime, and we need to score on that first possession.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thanks very much. Guys, back up in the booth to you.
All right, Carter, thank you very much. There you can see the marching orders for Pensacola High from Coach McKinney. We'll see if they can do it when the third quarter gets going. But first, we've got the halftime show, which we will get to as soon as we come back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
We're back and glad you are with us. Here is the Brownsville Ornamental Ironworks Incorporated halftime report, and we're so thankful the rain stopped. I mean, obviously for everybody here, but it's homecoming night, and you know that everybody participating in this ceremony was stressed about that all day. So at least at this moment it's not raining, and let's just hope they can get through this ceremony, as it's a big night here at Washington High School. And it's a big night for a couple of student athletes as well. We love Panhandle Paint and Design because they hook us up with these scholar athletes that we feature every single week. And I'll tell you something that's so nice. You know, we've been featuring these players all year long. Well, each of them, including the 2 winners tonight, will be competing for a $5,000 scholarship from Panhandle Paint and Design. That is just so awesome and just so appreciated. So thank you to everybody at Panhandle Painting and Design for making Scholar Athlete happen and for that incredibly generous $5,000 scholarship that's going to go to one of our Scholar Athletes from the year. So let's tell you who the 2 winners are tonight, and congratulations, they're both very impressive. From Booker T, Washington, it's Logan Amon, and Logan is number 62, so he is playing tonight. Just an impressive young man, and way to go, Logan. So glad to give you the shout out. We know that you're not only obviously getting it done out here on the field all week long during practice and then on Friday nights, but clearly in the classroom as well, as you are the Panhandle Paint and Design Scholar Athlete representing Washington High School. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and mention, I was going to say we've got a sideline interview, but first let's go ahead and give a shout out to our Pensacola High School Scholar Athlete. It's Gabby Holstrom. So Gabby, well done. You too, obviously very impressive athlete and student, and you are now in the running for that $5,000 scholarship from Panhandle Paint and Design. So congratulations to Gabby Holston and certainly also to Logan Amon. And now let's go back to Carter Bainbridge. I think he's got a guest.
We do, guys. Down here on the field, we have Booker T. Washington High School Principal Rick Shackle. Principal Shackle, great to have you on. First of all, I know it's a little bit damp tonight, but how have you enjoyed this evening so far?
You know what? We left a couple possessions out there, some points out there, but you know, the weather's cleared up a little bit. It's nice. The humidity's down. Boys are playing hard. It's been a good game. It's been a great week for Booker T with our homecoming this week. So the kids were excited, participated, and hopefully we're going to do a little bit better in the second half.
Well, like you said, the weather's gotten better. Feels like fall around here, I have to say. And this week you mentioned the preparation for homecoming here at Booker T. Now you see everything in full force tonight, everything pay off, everybody in their spots. What can you say about what it takes for your staff and school to pull off an event like this?
100% family. Great job, Wildcats.
Well, last thing for you, Principal, where can people learn more about Booker T's football program or the school if they're interested?
Well, you can either go on the district website or you can go on the Booker T Washington High website. Either one.
All right, Principal Shackle, thank you very much. I understand you have some more duties here at halftime. Crown the King and Queen. All right, I'll leave you to that. Thanks very much for coming on. Guys, back up in the booth to you.
All right, Carter, thank you. And yes, indeed, we appreciate the principal on homecoming night when he's about to crown the King and Queen, but took a quick moment to talk to us, so that's very appreciated. Jeff, you know, all night you and I sit in this booth, and I got to tell you, Jeff, for the last few minutes I've thought to myself, Jeff seems hungry, and I think you didn't eat before the game, and you're gonna fix that after the game, I'm sure.
Yeah, always. And, you know, again, this is my favorite part of the entire project. Like, the game is fine.
This chicken is waiting on you, Jeff.
Exactly. Fusakli's, listen, our crew gets here early, sets all this stuff. It takes a long time.
Today more than normal.
Yes,
with
with the weather. Look, if you were sitting in an office, you were watching the rain. If you were out in the rain, you understand. All of our crew, again, every single one of them out here trying to get this stuff situated, get everything, you know, when the rain makes it even tougher to make it happen. So they get hungry, you know, and they deserve it. They deserve some fuel, and Fusakli's hooks us up every single week. We got the easy job, right? We get to come up here and talk football.
But we still get the chicken.
That's
it's
right,
amazing.
but we still find a way to get that chicken. And Fusakli's, man, it's football season. I say this every week, but it's so true. Listen, if you got tailgating going on, maybe you're going to UWF, or maybe you've got a party at your house, everybody loves Fusakli's chicken. If they don't like Fusakli's chicken, kick them out of your house.
Yeah, that's a them problem,
and that's more chicken for you, by the way. But listen, go up there, get you some Fusakli's. They got the great toast, the crinkle cut fries, obviously the ice. Like my wife loves the ice that they got up there. Absolutely,
okay.
Big ice person. And the most important thing to add on that is the jalapeno ranch. But the Fu sauce is great. They got kung fu sauce. They got all kinds of sauces you want.
There is no wrong answer.
But, well, there is, but that's fine. We can, as long as you got Fusakli's, I'm good with it. But just make sure you go over there, you let them know that we sent you, and get some of that jalapeno ranch. But Fusakli's sends us plenty of food every week, and we are so grateful for them.
Sure are. I happened to be down there when the food arrived today, and it was just a bunch of happy folks despite the rain. So thanks to Fusakli's and so many other businesses that help us put this show on every single week. Glad to have you with us here on homecoming night. So far, if you're a Pensacola High fan, it's a good night, leading 14-0. The halftime show continues next.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Gaisford corner. That pass high and caught. One-handed catch.
Under the rain that has been steady since kickoff, and it's a fake. It's a fake running up the middle, and with the first down is Omeza Danian. Some trickery on special teams, and Green Hill converts.
On their own 3-yard line. Judkins, it's hit hard, right in the hands of Landon Crozier for the big red touchdown.
Oh, right place, right time, man. Great defensive play.
Coordinators thinking 2 plays here. Ball's on the ground. Vogel's trying to make something out of nothing, and does. He's still on his feet. Vogel to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown, Vogel! Talk about stick-to-itiveness. That play was blown up, and that young man just wouldn't give up.
Field goal attempt. If they're inside, they'll probably go for it a third time.
Compton trying to find a way, and he's going to run out of defenders. He still has the football. Throw it into the end zone. Is it a catch? They call it a catch.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Glad to have you with us. Let's take a look at how PHS got some points off the top, Jeff.
Yeah, our Jeans floor covering scoring summaries. Say that 5 times fast for you. Well, look, PHS getting the pick 6 right there. That was just what the doctor ordered for them, and a huge turnover. There was a couple times that Townsend almost threw a pick, so finally ran out of some luck right there. Great tip drill, and that would put them up 2 scores. How about that right there for PHS? And, when you... Here's the 2-point conversion for him. And you know what? A.G. Floyd is the man on this team. He is the bruiser back that they have. And, why don't you just cut out the middle, man? Just go ahead and snap it straight to him. Get behind that big offensive line. And that's exactly what PHS did to get us up 14-0.
So let's take a look now at the stats from the first half. As you can see, the field has emptied. Pensacola only 34 yards on the ground. Washington nearly doubles them up there with receiving yards also led by Pensacola High, 56-17. Surprising to see PHS getting it done through the air.
It's a little backwards from what we expected.
Sure is. You can see total yards 90-88, pretty even. Penalties killed PHS. I mean, they're winning 14-0, but they had 5 penalties in the first quarter, just 1 in the second, and that was a 15-yarder in the second. And obviously the biggie there, Washington with 2 turnovers. One was an interception in the end zone. They were threatening to score. The other, a pick 6. So those were 2 very costly turnovers, and that is how we've ended up at 14-0 PHS. There's about 2 minutes left here in the half. As you can see, things have cleared. Homecoming is over. When we come back, hopefully an interview with Coach Anka, but one way or the other, we're going to get quarter number 3 going.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
It certainly is a breezy night here at Washington High School. It's also homecoming. The king and queen were crowned just a few moments ago. We were able to get the Washington High principal with Carter just before he had to go do the official crowning. So we appreciated that very much. You can see things are pretty calm right now. PHS is just now coming back out onto the field. The Wildcats I have not seen yet, but hopefully we're going to get them out there here in just a couple of minutes. The clock has been reset. When we went to break, it was down to 2 minutes. Now it sits at 2:45. That frequently happens when the teams aren't back out yet. They'll put a couple minutes on there to make sure everybody gets out here and gets ready to roll. Jeff, it's 14-0, and we heard Coach McKinney say to Carter, he was very clear. He said, we've got to score on this first possession. It'll be real interesting to see how he wants to do that.
Yeah, he feels that obviously you come out and you had a great first half. You don't want to give Washington any kind of momentum, so you got an opportunity getting the ball back. You're guaranteed the ball here, and so you have an opportunity to go up 3 scores. And if you get 3 scores, the way that defense is played and the way your offense has been able to slowly start to move the ball, you got to feel pretty good. And again, we talk about a team like PHS slowly building confidence. Boy, that would go a long way for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, Jeff. You talk about that confidence thing. You can kind of see it in real time. I mean, from the first to the second quarter, even after that pick six, the next time they were out on the field, they just felt rejuvenated. Coming into tonight, PHS 2-3, 0-1 in the district. Washington 3-3, also 0-1 in the district. Both teams coming off a loss from last week. But Pensacola High would love to win this game and get to 3-3. That'd be a real nice win, the Mayor Bowl on the road tonight. Meanwhile, Washington would hate to fall to 3-4, and obviously there's still a long way to go here, Jeff.
Yeah, and we talk about for the next couple weeks for these teams. For PHS, they're back home next week against Escambia. We know was it the ye old wash boiler, I believe, is what the big drum they have there. That's what they'll play for next week. And then they're home against St. Michael Catholic. By the way, St. Michael Catholic's playing Jackson tonight over in Alabama. St. Michael Catholic's out of Fairhope. Christian, I don't know if you know this, but there's a fella that maybe you've heard of him, Phillip Rivers.
I have.
He's the head coach at St. Michael Catholic, and his son, by the way, is the quarterback, and he's a pretty darn good quarterback. So this is a St. Michael Catholic team that's pretty good. So, again, the next two games for PHS are going to be pretty tough for them. And when you look at Washington, obviously they want the win tonight. They're on the road at Pine Forest and at Tate the next two games, so it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't, Jeff. I'll tell you, though, going back to Phillip Rivers, I don't know how I didn't know that. I mean, that's incredible. You said that to me before the game. I said, wait, you're telling me Phillip Rivers is the coach of a team in Mobile and has been for a few years? I had no idea.
Yep, he has been building that program out there.
That's awesome.
By the way, speaking of some programs around the area, we've got Escambia 14-10 at home right now on top of Navarre at the half. Choctaw 9-0 at the half as well at home. Crestview had them last week, up 7-0 early in the third quarter against Pine Forest. We have 21-6 Pensacola Catholic on the road at Mobile Christian. They are up at halftime, or actually the start of the third quarter now. Madison County is up by 1, 15-14 on the road at Pace at halftime. West Florida 28-7 over Gulf Breeze. The struggles continue for the Dolphins. We'll have them in a week or two here. And obviously W.S. Neal up for teams up in the Bruton area, up 8-6 right now on the road at
game.
Satsuma.
I love this, Jeff. They gave us a nice little press packet when we got here, and it included a couple of did you knows, and I'll give you this one. It's certainly something we all knew, but I thought it was cool, well written. Let's point it out. It says, notable alumni to roam the halls of Booker T include NFL Hall of Famer Derek Brooks, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr., and the first African-American four-star general Daniel Chappie James Jr.
We've heard of those.
Yes, I was going to say.
Some pretty prominent alumni.
Yeah, I was going to say those are some pretty strong things to brag about. And oh, by the way, I'm sure you remember this. Speaking of Roy in the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, I can't remember if it was two, and Shugart's listening. He'll probably text me. I think it was two, maybe three swimmers from Washington were on the Olympic team that year. So they had Roy and then maybe a couple of swimmers. So Shugart, if you're listening. Yeah, and Beth Barr won a silver medal that year. So, I mean, that was incredible. I was literally having the same conversation with a buddy yesterday, how amazing it was that in this 1 year, Washington had all these Olympians, including Roy, who, as we all know, got that gold taken away, or stolen, I should say, not taken away. He never had it, should have, though.
But they don't have your hole, was it a hole-in-one or an ace?
Well, but that was at Workman Middle. That was across the way.
Oh, that was
here.
before.
That was
okay,
and that was remember that was with a hockey stick and a tennis ball. That wasn't.
Listen,
but still a great moment in Garmin history, I can assure you.
We're not going to get into that. That's a.
I will get into it. Actually.
I know you will.
I'll talk about it all night. As you can see,
you're a legend around here.
We're at least in my own mind. We're done stalling. Time to go as PHS and Washington are back out on the field. It is 8:38 p.m. and we are underway here. Third quarter has begun. Fielded back at about the 15-yard line. Takes it out to around the 27 or 28 before ultimately going down. It took about 7 Wildcats to bring Hamilton down. Hamilton's having a really strong night.
And that Emerald Coast granite tile kickoff gets us started here. And, well, again, Coach McKinney talked about it, wanted to score on this drive, kind of establish their dominance up here. Up 14-0. Obviously, he has the respect. He knows Coach Anka and his team can score pretty quickly as well. And obviously, they had some mistakes. But for the Wildcat defense, they played fairly well. I mean,
for sure.
You look at 14, you got to remember, that was a pick 6 as well for PHS.
Right.
So they only technically gave up 7 points. They stood tall when they needed to in the first half as well.
Yep. no doubt. And they're going to need to right now. So here's the information we were looking for from Shugart. Andrea Hayes, Beth Barr, Daniel Waters. So there you go, the 3 swimmers. So there were 3, and Beth won a silver, as Jack Canavan, our director, pointed out. So incredibly, Roy Jones and then 3 swimmers, all from Washington High in the 1988 Olympics. God, that was amazing.
A.G. Floyd with a 5-yard, about 6-yard rush right there, and looks like PHS going to start with Teamer and Floyd in the backfield. That was the 2 hot backs in the first half.
Nice gain here. It's going to make it second down and about 4 as Floyd picks up 6, gets out to the 35-yard line.
You see the offensive line doing some cut blocks up front, opening some lanes for Floyd.
Ooh, gosh. Ooh, careful now. Ooh. A couple of times that could have been picked off. That was meant for Dominique Hughley. It'll be 3rd down and 4. PHS throwing it tonight.
Yeah, they are, but you know it's a good time to throw it if you want to. When you've got second and about medium, you've kind of got to play to deal with it. To kind of take an opportunity to throw the football, maybe get an easy first down. But when you're doing that, you're feeling pretty good about your run game.
Yeah, listen, Coach McKinney was very clear. In no uncertain terms, said we want to score a touchdown on that first drive. Well, it's 3rd down and 4, so to keep this drive going, they need to convert. Going to be a nice hole, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Crossing the 40-yard line.
Boy,
Pensacola State College first down.
Jalen Teamer. You talk about Floyd in the game. Floyd's had as well, big bruising back. Boy, Teamer, you see him kind of grabbing.
Yeah,
boy, that's not a good sign right there. But
oh, he's having a night though.
Yes, he is. Hopefully that's just a cramp right there. But a beautiful run, beautifully blocked up front by the offensive line, creating a lane for him, and that's an easy first down. No decision to be made on 4th there.
So 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. And
yeah, that's
there
a cramp.
You can see, yeah, Teamer's cramping up, and let's just hope that's all it is. That'd be best case for sure. Fountain throws it a little high, but it's fielded there, and that's number 9, Josh Quiles, who pulls it in. Very short gain, if anything.
I think that's about 3 yards for him right there. And you know what? 3 yards is tremendous because it makes Washington honor the pass game as well.
So 2nd down now, back around the 44-yard line.
One thing I do love about Coach McKinney and his staff is these are quick passes. This is a team that doesn't throw the football. He doesn't just let his quarterback just drop back 3, 4-step or 5-step drops and try to survey the field. These are quick, already planned out passes.
High percentage passes all night is what we've seen. This time to keep it on the ground is another nice hold there.
How about this?
Yes, indeed. That's going to be a pickup of about 4 more. That'll make it 3rd and short. Number 22 on the carry, Aaron Dean.
We've seen plenty of penalties tonight.
Yeah, got another penalty here. I was going to say they've yet to move the chain or the line of scrimmage there, and that's because there's something to be figured out. Get the microphone on as he's doing now. Find out what happened.
The play, personal foul in the offense, 15-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd down.
Wow. That's a costly one. 15 yards going the other way. They have been heavily penalized not only tonight, but all season long. That's something they got to work on.
Yeah, and the penalty was out of the view right there. It was down the field a little bit. It was an offensive lineman for the Tigers.
So 3rd down now and around 20. Got to get to about the 49-yard line of Washington. Early going here, quarter number 3. Gonna just throw it up. He's got a nice arm. He's got his man too. Does he pull it in?
He did.
He sure does. They complete it. Wow.
Oh, man.
Big time. That's Dominique Hughley. My goodness.
Listen, that's about as far as he could throw the football down the field. It was beautifully defended, by the way. He just chunks it up. You talk about a 50-50 ball. He has to come back. What an adjustment, because I'm telling you right now, that's number 5, Josiah Brown, played that as well as you can possibly play it. Just an even better adjustment by the receiver.
That was incredible. What a conversion on 3rd and 20. By the way, got to get this right, so thank you to Dan Shugart who let me know. Beth Barr went to Woodham, so she was not at Booker T after the 34-yard gain. So there were 4 Olympians from the area. 3 went to Booker T. 1 was Roy, of course, and then Beth went to Woodham.
Couldn't let them all go to Booker T, right?
That was so incredible. I mean, I'll never forget that. Nice, here's
Nice
Floyd,
step.
who has a
Oh,
great
boy,
move
he's gone.
backwards, and that may be it.
Nope.
No, it's a good tackle, but he gets well inside the red zone. That's another great move from A.G. Floyd. We've seen several tonight, and it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the Synovus red zone, and Pensacola High School just continues to move. Coach McKinney told us, Jeff, they wanted to score.
Yeah, Darius Stallworth makes the touchdown-saving tackle, cutting him off right here. Otherwise, that's an easy 6 for Floyd. But again, PHS kind of, you know what, they had the 15-yard penalty, but they come back with the big pass play with Hughley, and man, oh man, they are rolling right now.
Yep, that was a 20-yard play right there. And here's Floyd again, who will pick up a couple more. As you said, just a huge conversion on 3rd and forever. And this drive keeps moving, and now all of a sudden, very, very promising here for Pensacola High School.
I'm going to tell you something right now, by the way.
Please do.
Kendarius Hayes, number 61, on that offensive line for PHS, just pancaked his man on Washington. And that's the sign of a team that is continuing to grow and when they are finishing their blocks. And look, PHS, they are trying to manhandle these guys up front. They are extremely physical. And for Washington right now, they cannot answer it.
Glad you saw that. Give Kendarius the shout out. This time is Fountain going to keep it. He's able to stay on his feet. Tries to make one last move and does. Gets in the end zone, but there is a flag. But man, we have seen Jamarcus Fountain all night with these nifty moves. He does it again there. Oh, and I don't think it's going to be a touchdown. You can see his frustration.
Interested to see where this hold took place, or who. You can check it out after the call here.
10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Man, Fountain was bummed there. Had a great move.
It's going to be towards the end right here. Yep, you see it. That's number 5. Holding on to his man. That's Jalen Teamer trying to hang on to make the block and gets called for it. Right call.
Okay, so the would have been touchdown comes off the board. And instead, it's a loss of 10. 7:55 to go here, 3rd quarter. There he goes again, but this time Washington is ready. Easy now. All right, no flag there. Some good football, but not much of a gain. It'll be 3rd down.
This is obviously 4-down territory for the Tigers. Great job by Washington, staying tall right here. And they're starting to try to get physical themselves. They got pushed around this entire drive. They're starting to fight back.
Yeah, 3rd down. As you can see, they can get a 1st down. This is the 11th play of the drive. The 1st down would come at about the 3 with 7:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter. PHS already up 2 touchdowns. Looking to add to it. Fountain wants to throw, and it's completed. And I think, is that enough for the 1st?
No, it'll be short by about 4 yards, but put you in 4th and medium right here, so you can still kind of run your offense on 4th down. Great completion. It's Hughley again. And that throw right there, obviously running that route short, PHS was already planning. They already had 2 plays set, already planning to run it on 4th down.
Yep. So again, the 1st would come right around the 3. And they're closer to the 6 or the 7 here. 4th down, big play. Washington would love this stop. This stop means everything for the Wildcats. Gonna get outside is Fountain, and he will get to about the 4. It's close. I think he got stopped. I think the Wildcats get it done. Huge.
About a yard short. Great stop by the Wildcats.
Yeah. I mean, that's just huge. For a minute there, I thought he had it. And ultimately, Washington gets that stop. They're going to be very, very deep in their own territory. Back at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like we got a water break. We'll take it with them.
Yeah. So it's Friday Night Rivals, 6:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 PHS. No scoring so far in this quarter.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Okay, we're back, and the Wildcats coming off that huge stop. You know, Coach McKinney told us they got to score a touchdown. He wanted to score a touchdown the first drive of the third quarter. He said it explicitly. They almost do. In fact, they do get in the end zone, but a holding call pulls that touchdown off the board, and then the Wildcats come through and get the stop. So the question now becomes, can they do anything with it? Trey Townsend, the quarterback for the Wildcats, going to take the shotgun here.
I believe that is number one, so that's Gianni Lewis. They're going to run the Wildcat. The Wildcats are going to run the Wildcat offense.
That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I mean, if anybody can.
Obviously, they're backed up right here trying to get a little room, and Townsend will check in now.
Yeah, they're starting this drive at their own 5-yard line. It's a long way to go. So Lewis does pick up, though, about 4 there. Make it 2nd down and 6. Keeping it on the ground here.
There
Got some room out wide, out to the 20-yard line. That is going to be enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down. It's a breathing room for Mr. Battle and the Wildcats.
You know, the first half, Carter mentioned about the Wildcats and the fact this is their 3rd quarterback this year in Townsend. So he's still, you know, getting a feel for it as well, which makes some sense with some of the, you know, the plays that that he's run tonight, but nonetheless, every 1st down gets them stronger and stronger.
And that was an 11-yard gain.
How about that run?
On that last play.
Boy, Battle
doesn't want to go down.
Battle's getting stronger as this game goes on as well.
Yeah, he's having a great night too, for sure. Picks up a few there, about 5 as a matter of fact, so that's a great play on 1st down. These officials keeping everybody at bay. They've been calling it tight tonight, for sure. Don't want anything to get out of hand. 2nd down now and 5. Townsend wants to throw this time, and he's going to be in some trouble here as the PHS defense swarms and sacks. Big play there.
Yeah, you see that right there, and
going to be a loss.
Well, that could turn out to be our Boutwell Airmasters sack of the game.
May well be. Tough to know who to give it to. There's about 4 or 5 of them there.
We'll just give it to PHS overall.
A team sack. Team sack.
I tell you what.
Officially, we've been told that our production crew says that was Randy Rice who gets that sack. Well done, Randy. 3rd down and 8. Big play here. Keep the drive going. Oh, yeah. A bit of a tentative throw there, and that was intended for Lewis, so it's going to be 4th down and long.
Yeah, drive that started off so promising right there, and you see what a pass rush will do. It's a drive killer. The play before with the sack, and now you look, and Townsend feels that pressure. And look, a lot of people, well, he's a step up or move in the pocket. Well, there's not a whole lot of room for anything for him back there. Offensive line for the Wildcats struggle a little bit as these Tigers pin their ears back.
Dominique Hughley back at the 45-yard line. He'll have a chance to return this punt. Low snap, bounces all the way back, but somehow he gets it off. And it's a pretty good punt, too, around the 44-yard line. But here comes Hughley, who crosses midfield and then some. So Pensacola High School, the offense has been moving the ball, and they're going to get to start this possession on the Washington side of the field. That was a heck of a job by your Wildcat punter, because that snap took about 4 bounces on its way back to him.
Yeah, and again, a beautiful punt as well. Just to get it off was impressive, but as beautiful as it was. And here we go for PHS. Look, they drove the ball down. They actually scored, had a holding penalty that brought them out, and they could not find a way to put it back in the end zone. As you see, our Athletes Water fan cam, that's the Washington student section right here, and well, not a whole lot to cheer for yet.
No, not yet.
But they're here. They're ready for it. They're waiting on them to make a play.
Yes, indeed. 3:54 to go. Here's Fountain under some real pressure, and that's something to cheer about if you're a Wildcat. Big time. Speaking of potential sacks of the game, there's another one, a huge loss.
Yeah. Man, oh man. You see it right there. Talk about the Boutwell Airmaster sack of the game, trying to vie for it himself.
Wow, that's a huge loss of about 12 yards. All the way back at the 45-yard line. Just what the doctor ordered if you're a Wildcat fan. The defense, as you said, Jeff, they're having a night. I mean, remember that 7 of Pensacola's 14 points came on a pick 6. So the Wildcat D's only surrendered 1 touchdown, and that was a long time ago in the first quarter, and they have another big play here. It's going to be another loss. Easy.
Teamer is just swallowed up. And got to give credit to the big fella, James Wesley.
Way to go, James. It's a loss again, and all of a sudden the Wildcat D is extremely stingy, not giving anything up. 3rd down and, gosh, I don't know, 28, 27. Derek, can you figure that out?
In case you haven't
23?
noticed,
Okay,
by the way, these two teams, they do not like each other. And this is obviously, as the game goes on, going to get more and more chippy as you see them start to celebrate a little bit, talk to each other. There's a lot of trash talk on the field going on right now.
Yeah, yep, for sure. And as you say, that may only grow.
Big time rivalry here.
3rd and 23. Little reverse here, and he's got a lot of room.
This play?
This is well done, and a spin move to boot. Ultimately picks up about 11. It'll still be 4th and 10.
Oh man, he would have had a first down. He outspun his own spin move.
Yeah, exactly. Lost his balance on. Look at this. That's well done. Great timing there.
Just whoop, and then oh no, young fella. But nonetheless, it's going to put him in a much better position on 4th down, about 4th and 10.
That was Josh Quiles on that carry here. So it is 4th and 10 with under 2 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The clock continues to roll. And we've seen lots of big plays on 4th down, and we're going to see another one right here. Washington's got a lot to make up, but they can't do it without a stop, and they get their chance on 4th and 10.
His go-to target down here at the bottom, number 15,
Fountain's
Dominic Hughley.
Take it himself, and he will get stopped. But there is a flag, a last-second flag there. We'll see what that is. For the moment, it's a stop, but it depends. Did you see anything, Jeff?
It's in the area of holding, but I don't know because it came so late.
Yeah, sure did.
Let's see if we can find something. Can't see anything right there.
There you saw the
extremely late.
It's a face mask. Face mask on the defense.
Okay.
15-yard penalty, and from the end of the run, results in a first down.
Wow, so Washington does not get the stop because of that huge 15-yard penalty, and now Pensacola High School is really in business down to the 28-yard line after what the Wildcats thought, Jeff, was a huge stop on 4th down.
And 2 things happen here. Obviously, the first down, the most important thing, but you can run pretty much the rest of this quarter out, and with Washington needing 2 scores now, possibly 3 by the end of this, this could be the dagger right here.
Yeah, that was big. That was big. Keep it on the ground, and that's Mr. Floyd.
Moving that
Gets
pile.
to about the 25-yard line. Jeff, I think you make a great point about the ability now to keep that clock moving. It's a big, big rivalry. Pensacola High School comes in, coming off a loss last week. They're 2-3. They've got a shot to get to 3-3 right here on the road against a rival in the Mayor's Bowl. They want that clock to move.
I think more importantly, they want our trophy. That's what everybody wants.
Well,
okay,
as you said,
that's
hey,
the most important thing you play during the season.
It's a nice, heavy, meaningful trophy. It's always fun to see that. We'll have that trophy ceremony coming up at the end of the game. Going to throw it out wide here. Has to wait on a second, but ultimately pulls it in. Can't do much with it. That was Hughley again.
Yeah, loss of about 2 right there, about almost 3. And that's a throw that's got to be hitting him in stride. He can't have to go back to get that football.
He was waiting on it. That may be the final play of the 3rd quarter there. Here we go. Good cutback move, but too many Wildcats were ready, so. Play clock at 23, and that is going to do it here for the 3rd quarter. You can see there were no points scored. It was 14-0 at the half, and it will be 14-0 at the end of the 3rd quarter. When we come back for the 4th quarter of this Friday night legitimate rivalry game, it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Pensacola High.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we're back. Start of the 4th quarter, and as we said, it's 14-0 Tigers. Right now, they've got it at 3rd and about 10.5. It's just a little more than 3rd and 10.
That is math, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, it's 3rd and long.
Little option here, but the Wildcat defense is like, no.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Oh,
Floyd,
no.
Floyd says, wait a minute, everybody. This thing's not done just yet. Talk about turning nothing into something. My goodness, ends up being a pickup of about 5 yards An incredible play.
That was the most exciting 5 yard. I think Floyd was just like, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to cut this back up. I'm tired of doing all this running. And man, oh man, I mean, look, he was stopped. Look at all these Wildcats everywhere. Nobody can bring him down. Holy cow.
Wow.
And you're thinking right here, there's nobody over there. Then he cuts it back, and man, what a gain when he was going to lose 3 or 4 yards.
I mean, Marcus Allen in the '84 Super Bowl, that incredible reverse. 4th down now, another big play. Gosh, we've seen a lot of big 4th downs. Can the Wildcats get the stop they have to have with 11:08 to go in the game? Fountain's going to roll out, throw over the top. And, oh, mercy, there's a flag. It's going to be pass interference coming in from 2 different officials. And so 4th down will turn into 1st down.
And, you know, this should have been an interception. You look at James Brooks, the linebacker out there covering. He does a good job, but he doesn't get his head around. And all he's got to do is turn around, and he himself could have possibly either swatted this ball away or made an interception.
Half the distance to the goal results in a 1st down.
We talk about PHS shooting himself in the foot with penalties. Washington has had some key ones on some 3rd and 4th downs tonight.
You are so right, for sure. So well inside the Synovus red zone now, all the way down to about the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Pensacola High School. They've been down here before and haven't been able to punch it in, at least not in the 3rd quarter. Going to keep that one on the ground, but the Wildcat defense is ready and able. No gain. 2nd down.
You know, I talked about this when we went to break. I can't even believe it just slipped my mind this entire game. PHS played Bay on Monday.
That's incredible. 2 games this week.
Because of the storm, Hurricane Helene.
Right.
Bay went in, they just, with everything happening, turned around and just wanted to play it on Monday. I believe Milton played on Monday as well against Mosley. But nonetheless, so PHS, you know, losing a tough game against Bay, turn around short week, and they're in line to get a W here tonight.
Here goes Fountain. Yeah, I mean, playing on a Monday and a Friday at any level is extremely difficult. And you know they're exhausted, but looking pretty good tonight. We've been doing a lot of scores, Jeff. Worth noting that you know, we talk a lot about Derek Diamond, who sits in between us, gives us these stats throughout the game. He's a noted Jay grad. Jay got a big win last night over Central. They won handily.
Yeah, thumped them. I believe it was 49-0.
Yeah. So that was a big win for Jay. I was actually up at Jay High School this morning, working with the multimedia students up there, and they're awesome. So it's always fun to go up to Jay. We went up there and covered a game a few weeks back. It was the first time we've done that, and I'm positive we'll be back. They were great, extremely welcoming. A lot of fun going up to Jay. 3rd down now, big play here. Keeping it on the ground, here's Floyd, who waits for his blockers to buy him some space, and he will get very close to the 1st down. I'm not sure whether he got where he had to get down to about the 3-yard line. We'll see where they place this thing.
Looks like he's just a hair short.
Yeah, he's just going to be right at about a yard short, as you can see in the distance there. So it'll be 4th down.
Obviously, they'll go for this here, but tough running, boy, A.G. Floyd tonight. He has earned every single yard he got. Nothing has come easy against this Wildcat defense.
And well, I was about to say, the Wildcat defense time and again has come up with big plays, and they have another opportunity here on 4th and about a yard, all the way down to the 3-yard line. It looks like we're going to have a timeout called. Yes, we are. PHS wants to talk things over on this very big play, so we will go to break. But when we come back, 4th down and 1 from the 4 for Pensacola High.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we're back, and as I said, going to break. It's 4th down and maybe just over a yard down at the 4-yard line for PHS. So the Wildcats, another chance to get a stop. PHS can blow this thing open, going to go straight to Floyd, and I think he was stuck. I think the Wildcats may have done it again. Let's see where the official placement is. They're celebrating. They're sure they stopped, and they did. Wow, the Wildcat defense comes up big again. The question is, can the offense get anything done for them?
Floyd ran this for the 2-point conversion, the same exact play earlier, and waltzed his way in. This time, nothing doing. The Wildcats stand tall. And I want to make a note here. The Wildcat defense has only given up 7 points tonight. Okay, like this is they've stood the test right here, obviously with PHS running the football. They had that one drive that was great, but they have stood up. The pick 6 was also the other points for them. So again, that Wildcat defense playing their hearts out tonight, but can that offense muster anything?
That's the question, man. They just haven't been able to do much with it. But yeah, kudos to the D. Big play there. So here we go. Deep in their own territory, going to keep it on the ground. And picks up a yard or two, but that'll be about it. Does battle. Townsend back in at quarterback. We've seen a couple of plays where they went Wildcat. Direct snap to Gianni Lewis, but hate to see this.
Yeah. Joseph Gross down right there, number 17 for PHS.
Yeah, and he is hurt.
Yeah, you don't like to see that. He's kind of grabbing, looks like they're around that knee area.
All right, so hopefully while they tend to him, he's going to be okay. We hope there is going to be enough time for us to grab a quick break as Coach McKinney makes his way out on the field. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. 8:32 to go here in the Mayor's Bowl. Pensacola Mayor D.C. Reeves was on hand. He may still be here, hard to know. He was here for the coin toss earlier, and then we saw him later in the first half as well, so that was fun. He did the coin toss. PHS won it. They deferred, and they've been doing all the scoring tonight. Up 14-0 here.
Second about 9.
Yep, deep in their own territory are the Wildcats.
It's only 95 yards. They got to roll here.
Well, that offense.
When you've been struggling a little bit, 95 seems like 200 yards.
Sure does. It's going to be a nice little pass play here. And a good catch after the run after the catch, I should say. Nice gain there. It's going to be close to the first down. We'll see. It's going to be third down, it looks like. And, yeah, just short. Maybe a yard, not even short of the first.
We'll see how PHS plays this on defense. Obviously, up 2 scores, you want to keep everything in front, force Washington to milk as much of that clock as well, as you got a long way to go, but keep everything, don't give up the big play here.
There's Lev Red on the catch. Third down, going to keep it on the ground, but PHS is ready. It's going to be real close, folks. Let's see where they, looks like a first down. They got enough. So those chains will move. Pensacola State College brings us that first down. And the Wildcats get what they need, enough to move those chains. First and 10.
The other thing Washington here's got to start thinking about a little up-tempo here. With, I know there's still 7 minutes left, but they're not able to just throw the ball down the field with ease. They got to run the football, mix it in a little bit, so they got to start moving a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I mean, when they're going to throw it this time around, and Townsend's going to throw and look for a lot of yardage right here. And he's got his man. Oh, he had him. Boy, oh boy, that's Cam Taylor had a chance, and if he catches that, he may be off to the races. Wow.
I mean, listen, the curse is still real. As soon as I speak it, it happens. And the fact they can't throw the football will get big chunk plays. And there was one right there. Wow. That was 6 points.
Yeah.
Beautifully thrown ball by Townsend over the top. And you see just,
my gosh.
Oh, man, that was Aaron. I believe it was Aaron Dean playing corner, tried to jump up and tip it. Just misread it.
His hand may have been just enough to get into the receiver's vision there.
I'm sorry, Jordan Williams was the corner on the play right there.
So second down and 10 after the long incompletion. This time they keep it on the ground. And oh mercy, man. Goodness, what a stick. That is well done from Thaddeus Witherspoon, who's having a great night. He had the pick 6 earlier.
Yeah, Thaddeus. That's a man on a mission right there. And that's how you tackle somebody. Watch him. Boom,
yeah,
wrapping them legs up, making sure he is going nowhere.
That is pretty perfect. Third down and 13. So the Wildcats get that first down, but now they're going the wrong direction. 6:57 to go in the game. And that's going to be a false start for sure, as at least one Wildcat stands up on the offensive line.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
So it goes backwards yet again. Now third down and 18, and all the way back around the 7-yard line.
Remember, these guys are playing for our trophy, and I'll have our trophy ceremony at the end of the game. We appreciate Award Masters coming up with that trophy every single week. Some nice hardware we give away every Friday night.
Yep. It's always a fun part of the show, the very end. Going to go over the top again, and again he's got a man downfield and cannot pull it in. That was once again Lev Rett, the intended receiver, but it'll now be 4th down and 18.
Boy, and you look at right there, Richardson, Zyra Richardson coming up. He had a step. Lev Rett had a step on him. A good thrown ball again by Townsend. Pretty impressed with the throws here lately. Goes up to get it, just kind of cut it a little too much right there, not making the adjustment, but Richardson, great coverage over the top.
So it's 4th down and very long from deep in their own territory. So the Wildcat get that first down and then just go backwards. And you know that Coach Anka is not loving the fact that he's got to punt this away, but on 4th and 18 from, you know, your own 10, you just have no choice.
And you can't get PHS 3 or about 6 yards to get it in the end zone there and put this away.
Gets the punt off. Nice spiraling punt right into the hands here. Who's having a great night, as that is once again big night for Cameron Hamilton, and nice little return there.
And for PHS right now, just a couple first downs, and you can pretty much obviously being up 2 scores, even if Washington does get the ball back, salt this one away.
Feels like it. I mean, the Wildcats, there's just, we've not seen anything from the offense to believe they can really kind of put together enough to go score 2 touchdowns that quickly.
You see our Athletes Water fan cam. It looks like we're going to have a water break.
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't we go ahead and take a break? Maybe our last of the game with 6:34 to go. PHS has the ball and a very comfortable 2-touchdown lead. We'll be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Okay, we are back and glad you are with us. There you can see Coach Wade McKinney at PHS, who's working hard to turn things around for the Tigers. And they are having a better season, sitting at 2-3, but in very good position to move to 500 on the year, get to 3-3 and beat a rival. After a nice showing tonight, they've got the ball, 2-touchdown lead. Here's Fountain, who's having a really great night. He's tough to bring down, and he will get all the way down to about the 13-yard line, well inside the Synovus red zone. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Pensacola High.
Not to mention, for PHS, this is their 2nd game in 5
yeah,
days.
Great point.
Playing Bay earlier on Monday because of the hurricane. So, you know, coming up short in that game, but boy, they fought to the end in that one. And you look at what they're doing here tonight, man, oh man, very impressive.
Sure is. Listen, I mean, but Jeff, you've said it. I mean, several times this year. You know, they're looking better. They're a better team, and we're seeing that for sure. A.G. Floyd, one of many players, found himself really strong, keeping that on the ground, and you get the feeling Coach McKinney is very happy to just keep it on the ground and keep that clock moving, as that's Aaron Dean on the carry.
Yeah, we saw our Athletes Water fan cam earlier. We've got our School Spirit sponsor, by the way, Closets by Design. Look, obviously, you guys talking about School Spirit. If you go on to the WAR3 app and there on your mobile device, click in the top left-hand corner, click that tag, go down to chime in. If you got photos, maybe the little ones, maybe you've got someone playing here tonight or somewhere else, whatever it is, in their game day attire. Maybe they're wearing the blue and white tonight out here. Make sure you submit those photos in there. Those could end up on social media or even the news.
Maybe so. We see it all the time. That was Dean again on the carry, who picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd down and around 7 here. A first down comes down around the 2-yard line. There you can see the senior Aaron Dean. He's had his hands on the ball several times tonight. Checking into the game, Tyjalen Cunningham. Dean will exit the game now. As the clock keeps rolling, under 5 to go.
So you'll have Teamer and Floyd in the backfield right there with Fountain.
Here we go. Fountain going to keep it. Oh my goodness, what a move that was.
Holy
and he
cow.
will get into the end zone, but there is a flag at the last second. Golly, what a move that was. He has had some incredible moves tonight.
Boy, that was an extremely late flag, by the way.
Yeah, let's see what that is.
Interested to see what this is, but what a move by
Yeah,
Fountain. Holy
that was
cow.
awesome, seriously.
Young man is a human highlight
He
reel.
is, he really is. Here we go.
Let's see what this is.
It's coming on the
board.
board.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 3rd down.
Let's see if we can check this one out, man. Let's see if you can see the block in the back here. Yep, right there.
Yeah.
You see him scream on by, but it was a block in the back.
So the touchdown comes off the board. That's the 2nd time tonight we've seen that. So it'll be 3rd down now and about 12. Getting down to the 2-yard line is what would give them a first. They can obviously get a first and not a score. And they're going to keep it on the ground this time. And nothing doing as A.G. Floyd not able to get much out of it. It'll be 4th down. See what Coach McKinney wants to do here.
Yeah, I think he's probably just going to go ahead and go for this one as well.
I mean, a field goal makes it a 3-score game and does kind of ice it, and it looks like they may be.
Defense, that's their first time out of the half.
So Washington is going to take a timeout here. How about this? We've got a second. Let's go down to our Carter on the sideline with our Herd Real Estate sideline report and figure out what Carter's got for us. Carter, what you got going on?
Well, guys, we have talked a lot tonight about PHS head coach Wade McKinney, and he is the latest figure to lead this program. There's been plenty of turnover the last couple of years over there at Pensacola High. McKinney hired as the 5th head coach of this team in 5 years following last season's winless campaign. And McKinney told the PNJ before the season that people around him asked him why he would take such a challenging opening, but he talked about the tradition here at Pensacola, the oldest prep team in the state of Florida, and he said point blank, I believe we can win here. He's no stranger to turnarounds either. He was part of the Pine Forest staff along with a couple of other teams around the area, but the Eagles prior to his arrival had gone 1-19 over a couple seasons. McKinney was on the staff that took that team to the state semifinals in the playoffs. So far this year for the Tigers, their most wins in a year since 2018, possibly a third tonight if this score holds. Guys?
Thank you. We're going to find out if the score holds right now as John James Solit is on. They are going to try and kick a field goal here. This will be a 30-yarder, and it would make it a 3-score game if he can get it to go. And it's got a shot. It's a bullet, and it's in. The 30-yarder is good. And Coach McKinney's thought there to go ahead and get the points pays off big as it's 17-0 PHS, and that is now a 3-score game. Well done by Mr. Solit, who hits the 30-yarder.
And that is all she wrote for the Wildcats tonight. 3 scores right here with 4:25. Not to mention that the Wildcats have already struggled to move the football anyway. But yeah, you know, for Carter, listen, being an Auburn fan, you know, he talks about turnover. Well, Auburn has more turnovers than PHS has had turnover in the coaching field there lately. So, but no, I had to make a joke about ourselves because I'm just, as an Auburn fan, you're just miserable.
I was going to say, is it because I'm an Oklahoma fan?
Yeah, well, we talked about that. I love how you didn't mention that, by the way. Thank you. That was nice.
But now I did. I tried to play it big, and I couldn't.
How about this? The scoreboard, by the way, just put Booker T up 17-14.
Oh, I love it. They changed
That's the home field advantage.
Yeah.
If you see the scoreboard, you can't see it on your screen, but get a shot of that. You're talking about some home field advantage.
Yeah, apparently
there it is.
Everything changed while we were riffing.
All right, now it changed.
They fixed it.
That was a nice try, though.
The loudest we've heard the crowd tonight.
They were like, whoa.
What did we miss?
How about that? Oh, man, oh, man. But no, you know, Carter's right. Coach McKinney coming in, and he was familiar with PHS, and he just thought they could win. You know, he wanted to build a program, and boy, what a year he is having right now. And folks look at their record at 2-3 and say, wait a minute, am I missing something? Oh, yeah, you're missing a lot. You're missing a team that, boy, when they stepped off the bus, they never intimidated anybody. They weren't going to win a game. They struggled to keep guys on the roster, and this is a team right now that you're looking at tonight. I mean, look at what they've done. I want to jinx it, but they're pitching a shutout so far. Like, it's a fairly good Washington squad. Like, this is a team that's battled. They're in every single game they play.
They're going to carry homecoming. Not since Rudy has someone been carried off the field.
He's the homecoming king. Carry him. Look, PHS paying respect right there. And it was so funny because they're just all holding him and like, okay, do they blow? Are they ever going to blow the whistle?
This is getting awkward, guys. Is the play over?
Just confused by the refs. Like, what took them so long? Were they surprised?
Look at this. Let's watch again here.
This is beautiful. If we had a play of the game, this is. You know what? When things aren't going your way, you're still the homecoming king.
Congratulations. Way to go.
Boy, I love this.
That is hilarious.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
all right, let him down. He won.
That's one of the funniest things we've seen. Literally carrying him off the field.
Could you just carry him into the end zone? Like, into safety? Like, how does that work?
Oh, man, that was hilarious. All right.
That would have been wild.
Back on it here, and look at this. The PHSD gets yet another sack deep in their own territory, or the Wildcats now after that huge loss down at the 6 as the clock keeps rolling.
Man, oh man, and that looked like right there, number 37, Jamarius Stromas coming in with another host of Tigers, but you see him get those paws on him right here, not going anywhere. And boy, I tell you what, Townsend, he has taken a beating, taking a beating tonight.
Sure has. Loss of about 9 there, and gonna roll out. He's in some trouble again. He will get rid of it, and throws a strike, but it's dropped. Actually, a heck of a play there. Leverett not able to pull it in. That was a fine throw on the run.
Yeah, great job to evade pressure right there, and Leverett can't hang on to it. And that's been the night for the Wildcats right there.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, he's in some real trouble, and that's, it's a good pass. But instead, it'll be third down, and again, about 19 now with 3:37 to go. And that PHSD just not letting up. They want to stop them every chance they get. Pensacola getting most of their points in the first half. They were leading 14-0 at the half. Field goal moments ago, and that's a low snap.
Oh boy.
And real trouble now. Throws over the top, and that's going to be, is it picked off? No, it's incomplete. A heck of an opportunity for a pick, but the low snap doomed that play, and it's fourth down and forever from extremely deep in their own territory.
Things are looking up right now for PHS to get their first shutout probably in quite some time. I would have to go back and look, but it has been, I would be willing in a safe bet to say years.
Wow.
Maybe since they've had a shutout here, and man, it has been impressive.
Look at this, Wildcats
tonight.
going for 4th and 19 from their own territory. This could be, gets rid of it, and it's gonna be PHS taking over inside the red zone at about the 8-yard line. So I think it's gonna be 1st and goal for the Tigers here. They may or may not even try to get in the end zone. They may just try and run this clock out.
Oh, I'm willing to bet they're probably gonna try to score.
Well,
right
I mean,
here.
honestly, it's hard to run the clock out from the 9, you know, it's like.
You might as well just go ahead and, you know, this is a rivalry game. These guys, the PHS has taken a beating from teams for a few years now. They love
to be on the other side of it.
The favor.
Yeah, yeah. 3:27 to go. It is 9:26, so obviously this game will be over here in the next few minutes. 10 o'clock tonight on WEAR, you got the news with Bob Solarski, and then at 10:15, Dan Shugart, who we know is watching us right now while he's also getting ready for that show, Prep Football Final. He'll be on at 10:15 and give you 20 minutes of highlights, let you know everything that happened here up and down the Gulf Coast with some of these very important games with playoff implications. Here we go. Oh, it's a good play there. Oh, man, golly, great play. Woo, mercy, is that Tank? That's number 99 for the Wildcats. That Tank Witherspoon with a huge play there. Big, big setback. Listed on the roster solely as Tank. Love it.
That is a well-deserved name.
Yeah, look at that.
Let's just go ahead and call it what it is.
Yeah, great tackle, great play. Glad we got a chance to call him out. Huge loss there, 2nd down and goal. Remember that PHS took this over inside the 10, so they actually can't get a first down. It's going to be a goal to go with 3:16 to go.
2015 on September 25th against Pensacola Catholic. PHS won 26-0.
Wow, so there you were right. It's almost a decade.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's what that means right there.
Looks like we've got a timeout on the field here. So while we have a moment, Jeff, I know you're going to look up some scores, and then remember this is week 7. We do 10 games every year. So after this, we still have 3 more games to go. Oh, check that, we do 11 games. So the crew is like, hey Christian, we're here for 12 hours a day at least. It's 11. Don't sell us short. My bad, fellas. We do 11 games, and this is week 7. So we still have 4 more to go, which is great, but it's kind of a bummer. It's like, man, I remember when this thing was just starting. Feels like an hour ago.
Yeah, we got a good one next week, don't we? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's big, right? Going to Pace?
Yeah, I would say that's probably a pretty intense game, Tate and Pace.
It's going to be awesome. Tate having a great year. Pace looking very good as well. So that's a 7:30 start. We always point out the start time because it changes county to county. Here in Escambia tonight, this game started at 7. Santa Rosa County next week, that's a 7:30 kickoff on WFGX.
A couple scores. Crestview and Pine Forest tied at 7 in the 4th quarter right there. Escambia 28-18 over Navarre right now in the 4th. Well, Pace, we talk about having them next week. They're trailing by 3. Madison County 31-28 in the 4th quarter. And Pensacola Catholic 41-13, well in hand late in the 3rd quarter.
Be curious to see what happens in that Pace game. 2nd down now, back ready for action. There's Floyd, but he is incredible. Are you kidding me? Look at this. He's still on his feet. He gets it down to about the 4. That was unbelievable.
It's like he has one of those,
like
parachutes.
Yes, it was like they were playing a game.
It's like you got the parachute when you're doing your speed training.
That was unbelievable. We got to watch that again. We've seen 2 of the funniest highlights we've ever seen in the last 5 minutes.
Floyd's got a little bit of a smile, and you know what that's about. Watch it.
Look at this.
Hang on. Keep churning those feet, young man.
What an effort. And then he goes, by the way, they just snap it in, and he gets in for the touchdown. Unbelievable. So Pensacola High pouring it on just a little bit, and Floyd earned that touchdown. Hate to see this, though. He's limping. Oh, man, doesn't want to put his left leg down. Hate to see that with a late game injury after the touchdown, but hopefully he's okay. Oh, man, you hate to see that. Here's another look at the touchdown. May have just turned his ankle there, but it was enough to get into the end zone, and the hits just keep on coming from PHS, now up 23-0. What a game this has been.
Man, oh man. You look at it, he's doing a little dance. I think he's all right.
Okay, good.
A little shaking up.
Extra point. Oh, low snap. Hold on. Plays
fire call.
Plays
fire.
Throws it up and gonna be incomplete. Boy, we're seeing some fun stuff.
I mean, fun, but like kind of sloppy sometimes.
Sloppy but fun. I mean, the carrying off of the field earlier is one of the best things we've ever seen on this show. That was amazing.
I wish we had a play of the game, because
that would be it for sure.
Listen,
that may be play of the year. Look at this. The low snap gets out of control. And
just nowhere to go. Nobody, usually when this happens, you scream fire, fire, and everybody that's blocking knows to run out. Everybody runs some routes that you have designed. I don't know if fire was called, because I don't think they expected that to happen. Oh, man. Well, here we go. We talked about, 2015, like you said, almost a decade for PHS pitching a shutout. Well, they got 2 minutes and 37 seconds that they've got to go defend their turf right here. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, it's been almost a decade. It obviously is extremely rare. It'd be a big deal and something they'd be really proud of, I'm sure, especially against a crosstown rival.
Yes.
So they've got a chance to do that tonight if that defense can come up maybe with one more stop. 2:37 is all that's left in this game. You can see it may not matter. Pensacola High has 2 timeouts left. Washington has 1 timeout. Trailing, though, huge now. 23-0 are the Wildcats. They were down 14-0 at the end of the second quarter. And then things were quiet in the third. It was 14-0 after 3, but PHS has put together 10 points here. Or rather 9. Check that, 9 because of the extra point. That's going to be Leverett, who fields it around the 10-yard line. And he will go out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. And there's going to be a late flag as just another bad decision. I believe that's number 28 for maybe 32 for Pensacola High School, who just pushes a Wildcat down well after the play.
Yeah, not very smart right there. And this is what we talk about with penalties for PHS. They've gotten bailed out by some big plays tonight.
There it is right there.
Yeah, that's 28.
Yeah, 28. That's what I thought it was.
And
so that is Rashad Williams. Yeah. It's a big mistake. Boy, yeah, we just can't get to the end of this game. It's like this thing's been over for a while, but things like that keep happening and slowing everything down as both teams are on the sidelines again and chatting. You listen, we've talked about the fact that the officials have called this game very tight. There have been a lot of penalties in this game. But, Jeff, I think they've had to. I mean, these, as you said, these are not the friendliest of rivals. And so the officials, I think, came into the game with a game plan of really watching this thing very, very closely.
I'm interested in what they're talking about here.
Well, it looked like, I mean, almost like he was waving it off. I wouldn't think so with what we saw, but
everybody's having a conversation about it.
Want to make sure. Crew's been very busy tonight. A lot of penalties. Here we go.
We had dead ball fouls by both teams. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team. Personal foul on the kicking team. And personal foul on the kicking team, and we're going to go 15 that way. First down.
3. So, yeah, 3 penalties there, 2 going against PHS, and that ends up being 15 extra yards for the Wildcats.
I didn't even see the other 2.
I didn't either. The one you couldn't miss.
Yeah,
the one we
definitely saw one of them.
Yeah. All right, so Washington gets 15 extra yards, and the only drama left here, I think, is whether or not PHS can pitch this shutout. But they spot the Wildcats 15 yards here with 2:32 to go, and you know Coach Anka would love to get some points on the board.
He does not want to be shut out at home on homecoming.
No, he doesn't. That's going to be thrown out wide, and just some frustration here on the part of the Wildcats, as you can see after that missed throw. Gianni Lewis just kind of shakes his head in disappointment. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the quarterback position is going to be something for them to go work on. Obviously, Townsend, he's the third quarterback for the year. And it's tough to get an offense going if you don't have a quarterback in place. So Townsend's shown some bright spots, but he's got a lot to work on.
And he's going to throw it here, and that's going to be completed. Nice move there after the catch. Oh, but a great shoestring tackle, too. That's well done by the Tiger there in the distance.
Leverett again.
Yeah, Leverett. He's having a big night. Kyler Battle having a big night. Yeah, the Wildcats have had some good plays, but they just can't get in the end zone. 3rd down and 5. Townsend's going to throw this one, and that could have been a pick 6. Boy, you can see there, number 17 for PHS.
Joseph Gross, he's made some big plays tonight.
Yeah.
Got a little banged up earlier. Good to see him back on the field for him. But, yeah, that's where Townsend, it's like he decided already where he was going to throw the football. And, listen, that's one thing a young quarterback will learn is, you know what, the defense, they understand that. They see that, so they're going to make those breaks, and they're not going to honor the deep pass.
Yeah. All right, this is 4th down. Townsend's going to throw again. He's going to throw over the top. He's got a big arm.
Oh, boy.
Into triple coverage. It's caught. It's caught. It is caught on 4th down into triple coverage, but pulled in by Gianni Lewis. And the drive continues. Wow. What a play.
I mean, was this quadruple coverage, it felt like?
It was at least triple.
He throws it up. Let's see. You can count the Tigers.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, triple coverage. There you go. And, boy, that is just wanting it more than the other guy. And here we go, back to work.
That was a 30-yard gain on 4th down, and it's going to be a completed pass. A pickup of only a yard or so, but with 1:35 to go, and I think the Wildcats have called a timeout. Coach Anka, again, he's going to use that timeout. He still has a chance here to get some points, and he wants them.
Offense, that's their last timeout.
Listen, Jeff, I don't blame him. You know, it's like you're not going to win the game, but if you can get the points, get the points. Something to build on.
Yeah, well, and also, again, you don't ever want to get shut out, especially against your rival. That one stings. In front of your home crowd on homecoming, it's just everything is above, everything. It just seems nothing has gone their way tonight.
Wow, incredible though that conversion on 4th down. That was something.
This 4th quarter, we have seen some wild.
We sure have. It's been. I mean, you'd never know it was 23-0. Yeah. It's been the most exciting stuff we probably had all season in this 4th quarter. Several interesting, funny, great plays. 2nd down and 8. When we get back out here on the field with 1:34 to go, and of course we've still got a sack of the game. We've got a player of the game. Obviously we've got a big trophy to give away. Got lucky with the rain. I mean, it rained all day and rained at least through the 1st quarter. Sometime in the 2nd quarter is when it quieted down, and it's stayed pretty quiet. All right, 2nd down. 2nd and 8. Going to throw it again right over the middle. That's going to be, mercy. Two different Tigers had chances to pick that off, but nobody does somehow. So Washington will keep the ball.
I believe that's Duke Rivers right there. Damian Duke Rivers. And,
right
boy,
his hands.
Duke's he just sees such a perfect opportunity. It just goes right through his hands.
Yeah, and that would have officially sealed the deal because Washington has no more timeouts, but doesn't happen. So 3rd down now. 28-yard line. 25 rather. It's going to be completed, but that's not going to be a gain of anything. Maybe max would be a yard. It'll be 4th down yet again. Does the D have one more stop in them to get this shutout? Or do the Wildcats have a way to get the yardage they need to keep this drive alive? It's 4th down and 7 with 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. No timeouts for the Wildcats. They can't talk about it. Here we go. Again over the middle, and again incomplete, and that will make it official, I think, as PHS will take it over and Washington cannot stop the clock.
Again, great job by the secondary. They gave up that big play down there, and boy, just guess who again? Oh, Damian Duke Rivers again.
How did I not get a pick on this drive?
He's just like, you got to be kidding me.
Look at him. Oh, he's so mad. Oh, man.
He's just like, you got to be kidding me,
Poor
man.
guy. That stinks.
Some guys don't even get one opportunity. He got 2 in 2 plays.
Oh, man. I feel for him.
I do. I want to give him our player of the game.
I do too.
But he's got to get those interceptions, young man.
Coach McKinney, listen, he's got something to be really proud of. I mean, this is a huge win, but just clearly things are on the upswing for PHS, which is great. You know, that's nice to see.
2015, September 25th. I'm sorry, Christian, but it was almost a decade ago. You know, you got to let that loss go.
I know, against the
Pensacola
Crusaders.
Catholic.
Hate that.
That was their last shutout, folks. That is wild.
5 yard on the offense.
Penalty there of some sort.
With a delay of game.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think they're just going to have to snap it once and then one more time, and then that'll do. Victory formation, a good place to be. There's your first one. Now, about 15 seconds from now, they'll do it again, and that should end the game.
It looks like they reset the play clock a little early, but they'll have 2 more time. Or
just one more, I think.
Yeah, one more.
Just snap it right now, and that'll do.
Boy, what a feeling this has got to be for PHS right now.
Go down. There it is. That is going to be your last play of the game, and your final score going to be PHS 23 and Washington 0. Man, big win for the Tigers on the road here in the Mayor's Bowl. And here the celebration begins. As you can see, they're feeling good in Tiger Town.
Man, oh man. It has been a while since we've seen a PHS win on Friday Night Rivals.
And on the road and against a rival. Big win. And the Wildcats will move now to 3-4, whereas PHS will move to 3-3. And remember, last year the Wildcats only won 1 game. It was against PHS, as a matter of fact. This year they've got 3 wins on the season, but they don't get theirs tonight. Meanwhile, PHS gets a big one, moves to 3-3. And I can't wait, Jeff, to hear from Coach McKinney, who's got to just be feeling real good about his team and where they're heading.
Yeah, this will be a fun interview, and this will be great for him.
All right, well, listen, we're going to go ahead and take our last break, because when we come back, we will hear from Coach McKinney, and we'll give away some hardware as well. There's your final. PHS 23, the Wildcats of Washington, scoreless.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Carter Bainbridge down here on the field with Pensacola High head coach Wade McKinney and his Tigers following a 23-0 win over Booker T. Washington in the Mayor's Bowl. Coach, you guys pitched a shutout in this game. You get a multi-score win. What did you see from your team tonight?
Hey, the effort was there. We played smart football tonight. Defense played lights out. We need to finish a couple drives, but hey, we ended up moving the ball down the field, kept our defense fresh. Just real proud of these guys right here. It's all about them tonight.
Well, definitely an unusual challenge for you guys this week. You had a postponement last week. You play a game Monday, short turnaround to play again today. What did you see from these guys during the week and how they met that challenge today?
Hey, it's a testament to these guys. They came in right back to work on Tuesday, didn't hang their heads, went right to work, and they made the adjustments to get it done.
Well, what's this week going to be like for you guys as you get ready for Escambia?
It's the next game on our schedule, so we got to play well. We got to keep improving and get back to practice on Monday.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Congratulations. We do have a trophy for you.
That's great, man. That's so good to see.
That is awesome to see.
Congratulations, Coach, all of the Tigers, and nice job down there, Carter. So, Jeff, that's one piece of business, but that's not the only thing we've got to do. A couple more things to give away. Tell us who's winning tonight.
Yeah, by the way, Coach, that was perfect. He said it's about those guys, and boy, those guys bought into this program, and man, what a win it is for them tonight. But you know what? We got a couple other things. Our Boutwell Airmasters sack of the game. You see the celebration. Yeah, you love to see that right there. How about this? There was plenty of action.
Yeah, there were a few
sacks tonight. And you know what? For Washington, their defense played pretty darn well there till the end. They got a little exhausted. I believe that's B.J. Johnson coming up, making the tackle for Booker T. You know, again, the score doesn't really tell how well the Wildcat defense played as well. Just ran out of gas right there, but you see it, a beautiful sack right there. Boutwell Air Masters sack of the game. Well-deserved, young man, and well-deserved for Boutwell Air Masters. Well, we got one more thing to do here. Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game, and because it's a shutout and because it hasn't been done since 2015, I'm giving it to a defensive player. Who is that guy? Oh, yeah, that's Tadarius Witherspoon. This put him up 14-0 right here. 2 scores, and really just was never close for him.
Yeah,
Washington could never get anything going, and this is a team that's put up some plenty of points this year in Washington. But credit PHS again. I will say it because this is a proud moment. If you're a PHS fan or anybody associated with that team, they played their tails off tonight. That's a much improved team. We've had PHS on Friday Night Rivals before, and I tell you what, it has not looked like that. And you obviously PHS coming away with the Mayor's Trophy. But again, 2015 was the last time they had a shutout. And for a team that has struggled to get any kind of wins, maybe 3 wins in the past 3 years, 2 wins in the past 3 years, boy, this one's going to feel good.
Well, and now 3 wins this year because they moved to 3-3. You heard about the Mayor's Trophy. This is the Mayor's Bowl. DC Reeves was here doing the coin toss earlier. So they get our trophy, they get that trophy, and they get a couple other things as well. That's obviously a really big win. Congratulations to PHS and to Coach McKinney. So a couple of more quick things to mention. It is now 9:48, 12 minutes away from WEAR News with Bob Solarski, followed by, of course, at 10:15, Prep Football Final with Dan Shugart. That's 10:15 to 10:35. So you've got plenty of time to grab a quick snack, sit down, watch the news, and then catch the highlights with Dan. 1 week from tonight, we are going to Pace. Should be a great game, by the way. It's Tate at Pace. Those are 2 really good teams, 2 of the best in the area, and that's going to be a 7:30 start again. That is 1 week from tonight. For Jeff Price, Carter Bainbridge, the entire Friday Night Rivals crew, we are so glad you joined us tonight. We hope you'll do that again 1 week from now. I'm Christian Garman. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Go, you wanna try me, you wanna try me, you wanna try, you wanna try, you wanna try me, you wanna try me, well here it go. You wanna try me, well here it go.
Okay, they can't stop what they can't hold, can't rock where they can't go, can't top what just can't flop, cause I know the things they can't know. But listen, we're in my position, you gotta go take yours on a mission, where every decision is like with a great yo, and I ain't gonna let it go get to me, dog. Now picture me fall to the wayside where I can't slide to the point where they really in my face. I'm not looking for sympathy or empathy in my frenzy. It's me against that world, cause the world seems to be against me. I'm rolling, and they ain't gonna roll over me, cause I'm going. Taking everything that I see and that's sold to me, you know it. You know that I'm gonna rise above, I'm showing the word that I was put here to do the thing.
Closed captioning for Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Baptist Healthcare.
This is what I want.